Guam. I'm from the Midwest. I don't think you have to be from the Midwest. Also, you don't know this, but I say this every single stream. This is a money league too, so I think there's an $1,000 prize pool. The winning team gets like $650 to distribute among players, so it's pretty legit. Although you do have to pay taxes on that, I think. Although it might be
Wait, how
only
much
over
is it?
1,000. It's an $1,000 prize pool. The winner gets 65% of that, so
Damn.
$650 to split among 5 people. Yeah, you still get over $100 for winning this league. So brings a lot of talent. I'm kind of surprised Does didn't play in this because they usually play in these lower money leagues. But
$130 a person. Nice,
dude. It's a legit amount. Let me go put my stream in places relevant.
Are you a football fan?
Off and on.
Okay, just curious.
Not. Hold on, I gotta post the who's in this match as well. Not until, I mean, I'll watch it every now and then, but like, since it's the only sport on now, I'll probably watch it. I'm more
I'm just curious. It's no big deal. I'm a Browns fan, so.
Oh yeah, I mean everybody can see MxGuire's in this game. Cool. So, I should tweet about this too, but anyway, we're in the game. I haven't seen half play in a really long time. In fact, I haven't seen a lot of these players play in a very long time. And
Guam's
I'm
gonna
excited.
play tomorrow.
Guam
plays again tomorrow. He plays with the Pretenders.
Yes, there. I mean, everybody plays tomorrow, dude. It's Wednesday.
I play Thursday.
Well, you're lame.
That's because Cello scheduling. His team just has an issue scheduling games. But we're playing Thursday.
Everybody on Wednesday. I don't get it.
It's just like the easiest day to schedule. Like most people don't do anything on Wednesdays. They don't go.
What?
No,
I used to have religious ed on Wednesday. I hated it. It sucked. It was the worst. Anyway, there's a draft happening. There's a lot of weird, not really a lot of weird heroes being picked. Doom normally gets banned out within the first 2 bans. And then Lone Druid as well coming out. Seems pretty interesting. Haven't seen Lone Druid in a long time. Haven't seen a lot. Disruptor, I guess, is pretty common as well. But Treant's another hero that's pretty good.
I guess Lone Druid's the answer to Doom.
I mean, you've been spamming Doom. Maybe Lone Druid's also the offlaner too.
But... I've played like Doom like once in the last like 30 games.
I just lost like 4 games of Dota in a row, so.
Nice.
I'm just quitting Dota, I think. I don't think I'll ever play Dota ever again.
You were casting my pubs when I was, coming back. Were you watching the day when I was actually like winning games, or was it the day I lost?
I've watched your streams as well as casted a few. I haven't casted. Well, I guess I casted pubs yesterday, but I don't think I watched your pubs yesterday. If you played at all,
I didn't. I was a little busy. One of my guildies is an engineer, and he has to drive up near my house every once in a while, so we went out to dinner. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Always cool meeting somebody online in real life. It's very nice.
Dope, dude.
Very, very cool.
But we're up to not really too strange. I think you're right. The Lone Druid is probably just to counter the Doom. Make the Doom think about the target a little bit more than just throwing it out on the enemy core. I think a lot of offlaner bans too coming out from MxGuire. I think if they want to run this Lone Druid mid offlaner core, it's pretty flex. Doom is not, so I think they're at kind of an advantage for TShear.
Yeah, I think MxG is playing this Doom, right?
I think Half's playing it. Why would MxGuire play it? What?
It's an MxG mid? Or does he play safe line for this team?
You think he's gonna play Doom mid right now?
Yeah. He plays that a lot. It's him or Guam.
Really? I haven't seen MxGuire's pubs either. So I haven't really been paying attention to what he's been playing in pubs.
Watch people's pubs.
But the Doom mid, I mean, I guess in that aspect, yes, they can flex it. Whether it goes mid or off lane, who knows? I mean, MxGuire probably doesn't even know at this point because you really want to see what your matchups are going to be. But this lone druid, I think you just throw it in the same lane as the Doom is, right? Or is that like an early game Doom wins that matchup and then late game lone druid?
I feel like that's a really good matchup for lone druid. I mean, if you can get the Doom off on him before he gets ult off, then it's kind of.
Well, I just mean like in the laning stage too.
Oh, in lane for sure. I mean, the thing with Doom is you're always going to come out with something just because of Devour. That's how it works. I mean, you're always going to come out with like top 4 net worth in the laning phase.
Sure.
So regardless of how many denies you get, but lone druid's a really good hero to lane against it. It has high base damage. With a bear and hero. It's really nice to counter Doom's like 70 base damage or whatever it is. It's pretty good. I like that pick. It's very good against Doom. And both their supports are really good against Doom and team fighting and creating space between the Doom target and Doom himself. I like their draft so far. It's pretty good. So it's going to be a 4 Lina, right? So everybody's running the support Linas now?
Yeah. And I've seen it most in that 4 role as well, usually paired with the off lane.
Yeah, everybody's either running it like 4 or 5. We ran at 5 once.
Rarely ever see it mid anymore. And Disruptor, I think, is just like you're always going to throw Disruptor in the safe lane just because it's really easy to trade.
Both drafts are pretty good. Let's see any glaring issues with either one.
It just seems like nobody really has an idea of how they want to win right now. Doom, I think they're drafting around it pretty well. I think it removes your Terror Blades. You could maybe still go Avoid in here, but I think it removes a lot of carries from the pool too that you can easily pick.
Yeah, Dire has a lot of team fight. A lot of team fight.
Yeah, pretty early too, like a lot of damage on them early on if Sand King's gonna rush a blink, and then of course you have MxGuire. Jakiro, Lone Druid needs a little bit to get farmed, but I think they can still take fights very easily. It's going to be hard for MxGuire's team to run into that lineup as a 5-man.
2 really squishy supports.
It's honestly like you might just pick something to split up the map a little bit. You maybe go like an Arc Warden or something that's decent currently.
Does anybody actually play it on that team? I don't know who Space Marine is. Who's Space Marine?
I have no idea how they met Space Marine. I think I asked MxGuire or Guam once who that was.
That guy is. He's in the guild though.
Is he?
Yeah.
What? That might be somebody else. It might be somebody who's changed their name recently, and now nobody knows who they are. Or I don't know who they are. Okay. They don't even like want to split up the lineup either. It seems a little strange picking a Weaver into a Treant Sand King. Like you still have a lot of catch there for it. Some things you can't really ult off either, but I mean you're not playing into a Mars. You obviously don't have to play against the Disruptor.
5 seconds remaining.
I think both of our off lanes are out though. I think you last pick MxGuire's here. Because it just seems like whatever team he's on, he's going to get prioritized. I think MxGuire lineups find the most success that way.
Yeah. This is kind of how he plays, how he functions in a team.
Yeah.
You get your players that are really adaptable, and then the players you have to play around, and MxG's one you have to play around. I want to see what Guam's playing. I guess he's playing Doom.
It really does help you build your lineups as well. It's probably Guam Disruptor, but I don't know if he's a Disruptor player, so we're probably going to see Space Marine.
I thought Guam was playing 3. That's what he said.
Wait, who was Durr? Is that somebody else too?
I have no idea.
What the fuck? Hold on.
I thought Half played 3, but Guam said that he's playing 3 in the lobby, so.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah, they have swapped it up. Half does play 3, but Half's been playing core recently. So it could be Half core.
Conga, man. I like
I
that,
think
man.
it's Jur and Space Marine are the supports then, but I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure Half's playing core though. The last I had seen him play.
I would like to see a Slardar here. Actually, that's a really bad. This is really bad looking for Slardar. It's good against the 100, but it's gonna get murdered in lane. Vegekiro.
Jakiro's always really strong. I think you run Jakiro with Lone Druid though, and I'm probably saying King Treant, or is there a different idea?
I think it's just honestly all depends on what their lanes and how they want to play this.
Sure.
I think more than likely, yeah, but 5 Treant is really good with any hero that can play aggressive, and Lone Druid can really play aggressive in lane. There's not many heroes you can't trade against. If it's a safe lane.
I mean, this is, oh my god, they're
Oh,
picking this
that's an
hero again.
MxG. That's
Yeah,
an MxG.
so it's gonna be MxG mid Wind Ranger.
Yeah.
Like, it's a hero he's found success with last night when he played for the play-in match, and he just wants to stick with it today, I guess.
Yeah, he's very good on the hero.
No fear.
10 seconds remaining.
It's one of those heroes that he really doesn't care about what he lanes against. I mean, to an extent, sure.
Yeah.
I think this hero's kind of busted. Because I shouldn't say busted. It's one of those heroes that can play in a bunch of different roles, and Valve seems to like always nerf heroes that are like that.
We'll see. I mean, what beats a Wind Ranger in lane? Like, what are you thinking for pretty good here?
That is a great question. I don't know the answer. I'm not a mid player. I think
Yeah, I
they're
was
gonna
gonna
pick a
say,
safe
like,
laner.
neither of us are mid laners, so literally zero clue on what they want to go for.
I mean, the heroes that are gonna
Zeus,
be good against Wind
potentially,
Ranger.
I don't know. Maybe a Necrophos could work well into Weaver, but you have to be careful with the Doom. Again, their lineup's really good into a Doom right now. You don't just want to pick a hero that's a really easy target for him, I guess.
I think they're gonna pick a safe laner.
And throw a Lone Druid in. Yeah, that just doesn't feel bad. It's just, I don't know how much you can stop a Wind Ranger from farming, but mid lane's more. Oh no, they actually go for the mid Pugna. Mid lane, I think, currently is more about not necessarily winning. I mean, sometimes you see people dumpster the lane, but a lot of the popular meta heroes in mid can just easily catch up by farming the two camps like right close to the lane. So there's less emphasis on actually winning the lane.
This Dire lineup seems like if they don't win this game in like 30 minutes, they're going to be really hurt.
Yeah, incredibly good team fight.
Super
Incredibly
team
heavy
fight.
push. I mean,
Really
you
good
still
pushing.
you have a Lone Druid in the late game, but it seems like even if you get a lot of farm on a Weaver, it's still going to take them a little bit to like topple this game over. I think if we expect perfect play from either of these lineups, you're right. Dire does seem stronger early on. If MxGuire's lineup can survive like past 30-35 minutes, should be able to win this one out just because your only late game on pretty good is that Lone Druid. But I've seen Thompson do some like ridiculous late game Pugna plays, so.
I think I've seen this Treant guy in my pubs.
Epi, I've casted him before. I think he's been in RD2L as well as MD2L.
I don't know. Anytime I recognize it, oh, that's a. What the fuck was I just watching? Sorry, I was watching football. I don't know if that. Sometimes it's a good thing that I've seen his name. Sometimes it's really bad.
Dude, it's Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Tennessee versus Buffalo because it got delayed because of
Yeah.
because of COVID tests. Sorry, Ryan Tannehill just passed the line of scrimmage and fucking threw a touchdown, and they counted it. That's coming back. And they're winning by like 25 points, anyways.
Tennessee's not bad this year. All right, let's get into it. Again, nothing really too surprising. Half, of course, going to be playing the core. Like, I'm kind of used to seeing him play. Now, he made that switch like almost like 6 months ago now. He's been playing core for quite a while. Dura on the Lean, and then USS Guam on the Doom. Running top. Bottom lane, Space Marine. Is this Marine? I forget. This might be somebody else, but I'm just gonna say Space Marine. MxGuire mid on the Wind Ranger, of course. That's a signature hero. Mad Dog mid on the Pugna. You're gonna have Epi on the Treant. Spaghetti Jesus Sand King. TShear on the Lone Druid, and Control on Jakiro. CT
Sub with Prime. Very cool.
Yeah, make sure to go sub to Guam's channel, even though he doesn't stream as much anymore, honestly. Like I
This is pretty
barely
cool.
see him streaming anymore.
My camera's just stuck on Lena's perspective.
You need to restart the game.
That's very cool.
That's still a bug. I think it's been a bug for a while. Unfortunately. This stun already used by Lena. I'm not quite sure what they actually stunned. I might have just been able to get rid of the trees over here. So immediately...
Destroying trees, that's all I do.
Yep. Giving Jakiro less of a place to play around. They will fight for the rune. If you can get a root on somebody, maybe they can go for a kill, but it's them coming out. Guam is not even going to go for the bounty. Does get a root onto Dur, but not really going to lead to a kill. They focus the bounties instead. We'll be able to run high ground and grab that one. And paused. Okay. Discord. In our little pause here. This gives you a chance to get back into the game too, I guess. So it's fine. In our little pause here, Klankers, how are you doing today?
Wonderful. I'm trying to look back in the game so I can actually see other players' perspectives.
Well, you know what? You were wonderful, but then you ended that statement with a negative statement. So I don't know how you are now.
Oh, that was very positive. Very positive.
Was it?
Yes.
Okay then.
Very happy. I usually like to watch player perspectives whenever I holy cow, they called it a play stance. I usually like to watch player perspective whenever I watch Dota anyways. Hey, I have my own
They do not have a sentry bottom lane yet. Space Marine has not brought one down, but I think one's coming on the courier right now. He's actually bringing two. So the struggles of playing against Sand King in lane. Still, Epi can't. This Treant's normally good at trading. In fact, Space Marine needs to be careful with his courier because it's actually running directly into Epi. He's not paying attention to it. Might drop, but Epi's already backed up just a little bit too much. One hit should do it. Does get it. Still the sentry's out on Space Marine though. Epi just going for the TB out after taking all that damage. But you got a courier kill. Decent amount of gold.
A lot of trading going on top. Lena's completely out of mana.
I think, well, from what I've heard, as long as... They're not going to get a kill from this, unfortunately, but you're happy as a support. When you use all your mana, you're going to trade that with the enemy support, and then hopefully get a kill, and then you don't really care if you die, because, I mean, you kind of need to go back anyway. Control is winning this battle right now, though. Dur does have 2 clarities and a mango if they want to try and throw out more. TShear is getting pretty low, tanking a lot of creep right clicks. But I think Guam also being low is forcing them to back up just a bit. And Guam actually going for the Devourer first, too.
Yeah,
which...
He should have just eaten a... Oh, I say he should have just eaten a range creep second up the lane.
Okay. Yeah, he can actually run over here. This is a really good block from Control. It's like the thing of when you're playing into a Chen, when you're playing into an Enchantress, you have to block the large camp.
Oh, he put a sentry
in the lane.
That's pretty good. Very good.
Yeah, that's a great call from Control.
Oh.
The bear, died, but it didn't die. Guam not going to be able to get the last hit, still committing for it. It barely survives on 10 health. And now goes back to the base. I also just missed First Blood bottom. Since they had a sentry, they won the sentry war. Epi really can't do too much right now on the Treant. He's only level 1. You basically can throw the slow out, but that's about it. Half doing a nice job. They're getting the bugs on the Sand King. Not much you can do to escape that. And Epi taking a lot of harass too. This is a really nice lane for half, I think. As it usually is, I think, with ranged heroes into Sand King. He's going to get dead on the Lena. Dur committing a little bit too much and also got rooted, unfortunately for him. We have a 1-1 game right now. Just both of the offlaners are losing a hero. That's about it.
Guam with the value point in Infernal Blade.
I mean, I agree with it. If you're going to kill the Lone Druid, that's probably something you have to put a level into. But, he really needs to devour.
Yeah, He needs the Devour
something.
regen. It jumps from 1 regen to 5 regen at level 1 and 2. It's like huge.
Mm-hmm. I think even since he doesn't have that big camp, you can still run over here. Usually there's decent auras you can get from the small camp. Like this, you'd be getting the Venom for a decent slow. Like, that's still pretty good.
Yeah, level 2 you can usually get a big creep from that camp. He's just
as they're still going to throw a lot of
spamming in
damage
front of
at the bear. Mid lane, we haven't really paid too much attention to it. Looks pretty even right now. So MxGuire only down by 1 CS at the moment. Basically tied in terms of denies as well. It's kind of what you're used to seeing on MxGuire's signature hero, though. And again, like I said, both of these heroes can kind of rotate to the jungle, get farm. Bottom lane, they did kill off the Disruptor, but it is another kill for half. Should be able to get some right clicks into Epi as well with not a lot of armor. And we're losing Guam top as well. Bottom lane, half might just get a kill onto Epi, but not quite going to commit for it. Tanks a lot of tower shots right there. Almost dying, but so is Epi. And top lane too, it's a double kill for TShear. You lose Guam, and now you lose Derp. And this lone druid looking pretty healthy right now. Set up in, yeah, it's bear team being back too. It's just so annoying to play into lone druid. If only the bear could not have a TP scroll, that would be legit. But unfortunate. Pretty easy for lone druid to get ahead early, as we're seeing. Guam really can't contribute too much to that. Is gonna at least get an aura out, cloak aura up on him. Well, back over. Half is doing some damage bottom. Might try and chase down Epi as he has a couple of double hits going after the courier. Does get it stunned back in half though. Doesn't have Sakuchi for a little bit longer. It does have some healing. Barely survives, and I think Spess might just go for the kill though. And that is a dead tree. They still pick it up. The cast range just enough for the Thunderstrike.
I'm just gonna assume his name is actually Space Marine because the Space Marine. Yeah, it's a meme.
Sure. I mean, whatever. Dude, I just call people what's above their heads unless I like know beforehand. Yeah,
Guam,
except for
please get a second point in Devour, sir.
Dude, is it seriously just a value point? Like, you don't even max it? Oh, I guess it is 1 to 5. Like, that's
1 to 5 regen. It's huge.
5 times
Level 2 is
increase.
huge.
Yeah.
Getting a level 3, living at level 3 is fine.
I was gonna say leaving it at level 2 might even be fine. You're not quite getting the bonuses. MxGuire does hit a shackle mid, but I don't think he can really commit for this too hard. Sees that Magdog doesn't have any mana, but will not dive any further as there's a nice rotation from control to save his core. There's also a regen rune on the Pugna. Does get canceled out, and meanwhile top we've lost Dur again. Dominating streak for TShear, and Guam is just... This is a pretty sad lane for MxGuire's team at the moment. Not a lot they can do about it either. Snap's still trying to make a decent amount of space bottom, but it's pretty hard for them. Come on, especially when you don't have your core down here. And I think we're just going to lose a mid-tier 1, but that's... I mean, this is just what it's like to play against a Pugna. So MxGuire going to TP in. One more blast should do it. And I don't think MxGuire can save that either. Might be able to get a deny, but I think one more blast is just going to kill off the tower. So, is level 4, so this should be dead. Yep.
Yeah, there's not much you can do about it.
It's Pugna for you. I don't know if he can really rotate on the Pugna much. He's probably just going to go in the jungle for a little bit and farm some stuff up before going to another lane to push the tower. You probably are fine with leaving top there. Maybe aim for the safe lane tower next is, I think, what the priority is. Because it feels like off lane tower is one of the easiest towers to take. Control's going to hit a stun top. Cannot get a root on the Space Marine. Not yet. There's 3 hits. None of them connect with a root, though. His Control's going to get slowed up. Guam going for a stun immediately. Guam's going to get rooted. And now they might try and turn it back onto Guam. The send back on TShear puts him right next to Guam. And the right clicks are now going to start coming through from the hero, the bear, diving underneath the tower, looking for a root. Looking for a root. It finally happens. on
He's
the
gonna kill
hit
his
he
Space Marine.
needed, and now Space Marine's a bit too far underneath, looking for a stun from Dur, but I think he's out of mana. Now he's gotten it back, looking to hit it, does not connect. In fact, he throws it back at the bear, and now TShear with the TP out. Nothing can stop this. Half even coming up for this. Both of them gone, and TShear 6-0 to start this game, just dominating on the Lone Druid. And
Someone's got Basket Madness.
Oh, mid lane, MxGuire not going to die. How do you deal with the Lone Druid at this point? I feel like you got to have this mass rotation from the rest of your team. The lane was just such a disaster for Guam and Dur.
You need BKBs to deal with the star lineup. Weaver does a significant amount of damage to Lone Druid later on. Same with Wind Ranger, they can just kill the bear. But they're going to have issues team fighting around it. So they get BKBs or pipe.
Yeah. Dude, team fighting around this whole lineup, and even like Triel's still gonna pierce that BKB too. So basically, I just think they need more items. Like, this is an excellent start for Lone Druid, excellent start for Pugna. I mean, MxGuire didn't really lose mid. Like I said, I think it just kind of evens what happens when you play into a Pugna.
Space Marine.
Should be able to live top as Static Field holding the bear back. The stun does miss from Dur. Half is actually up here looking to get the kill onto TShear. Trying to commit for it. Hopefully he doesn't get rooted because that needs to not happen to get this killed. Is able to kill off the bug. Space Marine diving just a bit further, looking for the send back, and they get the kill. MxGuire with a sick power shot out of nowhere. Finally, they've killed off the big bad non-bear, bear handler. So there's a rotation. Bottom. Guam's used the Doom, doesn't actually get the kill though. In fact, the entire duration comes through and Mad Dog just kills him instead. Dur is TP down here, but might need to back off now. We'll see if they want to dive underneath the tier 1. Yes, they will. Spaghetti Jesus looking for a stun. Is able to pop underneath the Sandstorm, hits the stun, and Dur, there's not much you can do about this. Now, Mad Dog rotating bottom. Safe from tower is huge, but MxGuire is rotating top at the same time. Looks like it's going to be a trade. In fact, they might even be able to TP bottom and take a fight, but I don't know if this is a fight you want to take, especially when Overgrowth is up on Epi. I think you just give up the tower.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Control running through mid. 9-4. Still, I mean, it's only a 2k gold lead. Kills aren't everything, but in terms of map control, I think we're about even, minus that mid tier 1 tower that's gone for MxGuire's team. And obviously not much they can do about that now, but it's still feeling pretty safe for them. They're not really able to get a lot of pickoffs on Dyer's lineup until Sand King gets a blink, and he's actually not even going for it. They're just like all in, we want to push, we don't really care about trying to team fight anywhere else other than around a tower.
Lone Druid's off on his own. And he's got 2 heroes coming next to him.
Shackle Shot does miss. I think you can still get roots even though the hits aren't going to connect, but easy kill onto TShear. He's just completely in no man's land. Disruptor all being used, but I think Space Marine might drop. No, they're actually turning it back onto Epi, but can they find the follow-up stun? Eventually you lose Space Marine as he got a little bit aggressive there, and now Dur might just pay the same fate. The Shack... MxGuire from way downtown. What the fuck? I think they might just chase for a Mad Dog too. It's a triple kill for MxGuire. Everybody getting power shotted. Give him the Ultra.
MxG.
Dude, I think that's a signature hero. But
Mike,
just maybe.
Mike.
Just maybe.
What a beast.
I mean, every time, even like in the games last night, he would somehow connect on these power shots from just out of nowhere. Like, perfectly placed.
It was pretty good.
Sharpshooter out here looking like Steph Curry.
It was pretty good.
It's pretty good. Still down by 2k, but at least that's going to draw you somewhat even.
He's going to have like a 15-minute MKB, and his Lone Druid's just going to die over and over again.
Sure, and as soon as I say that, they need to start dealing with this Lone Druid. They do. He has died twice now, and they might just look for more. MxGuire looking for the Shackle, connects, not onto the Bear. The Bear's going to have to try and save his life now. Can he get the ult off? He does. But unfortunately, it doesn't save his life.
He died twice in a row, and he's got 70 seconds on his Bear. He's just going to be broke now. Get a
You
huge
see-
lead. You just
so
lost
like
him.
even with this 6-0 start, you kill him 3 times and that's it. I guess it because he's dying with the bear summon right there too is really huge.
Yeah.
Twice
I
in a
mean,
row.
The biggest issue is he doesn't have a free game because of this the swarm from Weaver and Focus Fire from Winter Ranger. They're just gonna kill him.
MxGuire doing a
But-
really good job focusing that.
They're just not fighting around him. Like his team just has to play with him, and then they actually can't fight for
Yeah.
him. But
Well, it seems like the lineup they drafted, they were just going to go straight push as a 5-man lineup, kind of like a death ball almost, but they've really let the Lone Druid farm a little bit, and Epi might just be a little bit too far up here, looking for the ultimate, but it's not going to come through. Guam even getting last hit there. And down goes the mid-tier 1. Map control slowly falling. And now they'll look for TShear again, bottom. Guam
if this guy
does
summons
have
his
the
bear
doom
and
up.
dies, this game's over.
Dude, 7 seconds. Does he summon it immediately and try and run high ground? They have vision on this.
He's got to.
The rest of the team's rotating. They do have a really great team fight lineup, but they don't have a lot of mana on the Jakiro. They're waiting until the Sand King commits. The stun does come through on the MxGuire, but they might try and turn this with some dust. Can they kill him before he gets anything off? Spaghetti Jesus going for the ultimate. Not gonna happen. So it is a 1-for-1 at the moment, but I think you're gonna lose Guam as well. And he's just gone.
Yeah, that's exactly how I expected fights to go if he was fighting with his team.
Yeah, and that's even when you don't have macro power either. So they don't kill off MxGuire, but they still get 2 kills relatively easily. Losing the Sand King, of course, but again, kind of just initiating a bit too soon. Still made some kills happen.
MXG's gonna have like a 17-minute MKB from the looks of it. And once he gets BKB after that, I think this game's gonna be pretty difficult. But Weaver needs the same thing. He needs this Death Zone to be BKB.
Yeah, at least Weaver's not going like first item Lincoln Sphere, like I've seen.
Yeah, he bought drums. I mean, drums is just the carry item right now, so it's like,
Yeah.
it's fine.
That's what I should have bought in my Tide game. God damn it.
Drums?
Yeah, dude. I went eggs first on Tide, and it's pretty fun, but I still lose because
You go
I
Vlads.
just lose. I did go Vlad's after that, but yeah, that's probably a mistake. But anyway, item choice is not my strength in Dota. There's not a lot of strengths I have in Dota.
Yeah, with that mindset.
That mindset. No, I'm just being humble, dude. That's how you be humble. You just call yourself shit and have no
I'm definitely-
self-image at all.
You see my streams.
It's perfect self-image. Healthy, completely healthy.
I think every 2 minutes I'm calling myself a bad.
Calling myself a bad.
I was like, man, if I was better, I would have made that play.
Pub sucks so much. I need to play in parties more. I think Space Marine is just dead top. He's gonna try and pop the ult to get something out of this in return. Space Marine dropping at the beginning of this though. Spaghetti Jesus almost dying to the power shot stun, not connecting from control. So the bear not gonna get the hits off. MxGuire unfortunately not getting a return kill. Did connect on the power shot, but it wasn't quite enough damage. Squam gonna get stunned up bottom, maybe looking for a doom, but the ult from the backside. Epi, again, these team fights are just gonna go so poorly, especially with all the rotations. Guam barely getting out. They don't have a cancel for that.
That was a really good setup bottom because Train was behind him in the trees and he was TPing in. It's really hard for them to fight until these cores get damage item plus BKB. And MXG has this damage item plus BKB.
I mean,
MXG's
half going for the Deso first. Do you think he prioritizes BKB instead in this game is a little bit better? Like,
I think he needs the damage. I don't think they have much damage on the Radiant lineup without
you
it.
probably do. Wait a little bit too, because I mean, the only other thing is like if you buy that BKB really early, you're only gonna run out of charges sooner. So some of the later game or like mid game fights can be a bit harder if you're down like 1 or 2 seconds.
Yeah. Which is really important against the start lineup too.
Yeah. So just wait a bit. I think they can't take team fights at all right now until they have at least 1 BKB up. You kind of just have to look for pickoffs where you can get them. And Dire's not really pushing the issue either. They're not really forcing them to show up to team fights by taking these towers. They have lost all their outer tier 1s. And maybe now they'll look for bottom, but it just seems like they've slowed down a little bit.
Lundred's rushing MKB to deal with Wind Ranger. I don't know. MKB is just broken at it right now.
It is incredibly.
I'm actually
broken.
kind of surprised that Wind Ranger's so good in the meta right now with how broken MKB is.
I don't see Wind Ranger picked up by any other people though. Like I really have only seen Guam, or not Guam, MxGuire pick it actively.
Oh, it's in almost every pub game.
Really?
Higher or more, yeah.
I guess. I've
It's
seen
a
it a
lot
couple times. Spaghetti Jesus running through mid. Guam not going to use the Doom for this. We might just look for the kill instead. They use the Disruptor ult.
MxG has his
Someone
MVP.
popped, and I guess that guarantees the kill. But I mean, like I said, you have to look for pickoffs, so they'll take any you can get. We'll run the high ground. I don't think they need to stay around this long, though. I'd be looking for the ultimate. Gonna get stunned up. Doom actually back onto the Pugna, just delaying this fight, but the rest of the team not looking too healthy with the lone druid rotating to this. And Guam kind of using the Doom, not really getting too much out of it. Stun not in time from Spaghetti Jesus.
Man,
Again,
Guam
with
is
no
just
blink. That's the second time you TP'd out in the middle of, like, 4 heroes.
Guam's a very good player.
Guam is a god. Although Doom not really going to too much use there, but
Don't at me.
I think anyone's gonna at you for saying Guam's good. Especially if
Guam
you want to
good.
increase your rank in League of Legends.
Guam's gonna clip it.
I don't think... he might watch.
Hanging on-
He might.
hanging
I
on the
don't know if
fridge.
he ever watches streams afterwards. He
I
doesn't
said,
strike
oh,
me as a
God,
player that watches streams or like watches his own games afterwards.
I watch every single. If one of my games is streamed, I watch every single one.
Hell yeah.
So you want to talk all trash you want, I'm gonna hear it. Go for it.
Gotcha. Thank you, chess player. Anyway, 15 to 12. Only a 1k gold lead for Radiant, but again, this is pretty advantageous towards MxGuire's lineup.
I don't know, Mad Dog almost lost eggs.
Wait, what does Pugnax do again? Removes cooldown. Oh, yeah. For some reason, I thought that was just like default Pugna ult, like once you level it up all the way. But it's like,
It's 6 seconds.
it just seems like
7.
maybe that should be a talent. I don't know. Make it more interesting, eggs.
I think
AoE Decrepify.
the build is, like Aether Ags into Heart. You used to have permanent healing for your team.
Oh, Spaghetti Jesus, you can stun outside this field. They do use the Static Storm. Dust is really late here. TShear looking for a couple of hits from the bear. And Epi's still sitting bottom, so they don't have the tree for this, but they might still try and chase. Space Marine looking pretty dead as now the bear can finally hit.
Oh.
And with the send back, I think he might just live. That's actually a big brain play, making sure the bear can't hit.
That was a 5 head.
I don't think Epi has left the bottom lane.
I don't know, when MxG gets this, finishes his BKB, which he's over halfway, and gets this nullifier, he can actually just murder anybody on their team. He needs a spell person, though.
He's gonna lose a courier though, so it just flies right through dirt, and now they know the tree is here because of the courier. MxGuire runs completely the wrong way though. Zeppy did a little bit of a juke. They might try and run up to see if they can find the tree. The power shot connects, so they do see her now, but I don't know if they can commit too much. Mid are going to for sure die on a disruptor right there. Annihilated. And I think they might try and fight bottom. A lot of heroes rotating down here to make sure they don't give us this tower too easily. You do have the Doom up on Guam. Maybe looking for the ult from Spaghetti Jesus. Immediately gets canceled by MxGuire. The shackle shot over into the bear as Half is able to get out, popping the ultimate. They might just back off here. They did use a decent amount. Epi still has the tree ult. I think... well, they're sitting under a ward. I don't know if they're going to try and smoke right now. They do have vision on this smoke. Or they might not have, actually. The trees could have just blocked it. So they don't know this is coming. They're going to try and fight this. The Static Storm misses Space Marine. Unfortunate mistake there. And now they're going to miss the initiation. Spaghetti Jesus still alive. Space Marine dying. You've lost the Lina as well. Dur dropping. USS Guam full on commit. Looking for a Doom, but hasn't been able to get it off. Is completely surrounded and now is getting it
MxGuire's
off
gonna go for the
on
bear.
Mad Dog.
He killed the
Doom
bear.
finally used it, now Half has to try and get some focus out, is able to pop the ult in. Not gonna get a return kill, unfortunately, going for the TP now. But just an unfortunate initiation onto the Sand King. I don't even know if that's the best target for them to go on.
I mean,
Just
they
kinda
gotta.
went.
They just have to stop letting Disruptor initiate fights and have him counter initiate instead.
I feel like you just wait for a shackle shot or something from MxGuire.
I think he wants to go backline for this bear. Mostly.
Sure. Well, that's a good point. What's the cooldown on shackle shot? I think clearly they do need something else to initiate, right? And they
Well,
don't
it's
have much
like-
else in that aspect.
Quam needs the blink. But she almost
Blink,
has it.
like Centaur Stomp, probably. He still has the Cloak Aura.
It's good this game. 10%.
Let's go into the Pugna. He has used Doom though, so I don't know if they can
And
commit
tanking.
full on for this. Space Marine has already used the send back. Mad Dog actually getting some soak out onto Half. Still gonna live though. You got some slows onto the
Oh, he got
Pugna.
him.
Eventually Half's gonna get some kills onto the Bear, and now they can get more. Epi channeling up the Meteor Hammer. They do lose one eventually, but it's gonna be a trade. Is MxGuire again picking up a kill? He's 6-0-4 at the moment.
Yeah, they just overstayed their welcome. That's all that was. MxG's big. He's got his
I mean, they
BKB
take
now.
the tower, but I just stuck around a little bit too long, and now Half maybe looks at mid, but Sand King's pretty hard to kill.
When MxG gets this nullifier, he can just ult Pugna every fight and he just dies.
Couple of hits out from Half. No, he's actually just going to back up. Not even looking at tier 2. With Spaghetti Jesus here, you can't really go for that. It is 25 minutes in, and it's looking pretty good for Radiant, I think. I mean, like we said, they have a really strong early game lineup on Dire. And if they aren't winning within the first 20 hour, I think we said like 35, 40 minutes, it's going to be pretty rough. And especially once they get these BKBs up to, which MxGuire has a 10-second BKB. Half is very close, about 300 gold.
Gold off. Yeah. This one's looking pretty difficult for the Dire lineup.
I would say it's not over yet, though. You still have a shot if you win a fight, and then
Oh,
your
Half.
pushing lineup strong. Half's going to get caught out immediately. There is no save there.
He played way
Just
too
gets
far up there.
exploded, can't get anything off, didn't have the BKB, and now Durr also going to get focused down.
He was like 100 gold off. Maybe less than
Have to
that,
wait
50
a
gold.
little bit more now. And then I don't think you want to pop the BKB there.
was
Did they
looking.
take the tower in that fight, or was that already gone?
What, before the
Yeah,
Dire
that was
Tower?
before. Yeah.
Yeah, they just got it. That's why Weaver got caught out there. He overstayed his welcome for that tower because he wanted the last hit.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Too much. Now Space Marine. Gonna tank the gank. That's
I mean,
just a
he
full on
caught the
smoke.
smoke, so. There's Half saying, don't play here, play here.
I think they might just back up and take they're not the greatest Roche taking lineup. So probably just look for more pushing. You do have a couple tier 2s left to take. Took that bottom tier 2. They made the mistake last time of just committing a little bit too much for it, even after it died. That's why they lost that fight. But maybe now, the couple more items, you got a blink on Epi. Should help the team fight just slightly. Maybe swayed in their favor. Still have to deal with this BKB on MxGuire though. This Dur might just drop right now. Mad Dog is seeing Dur on the low ground. Stun from Spaghetti Jesus. That is a dead Lina. Doesn't even have a chance to use.
See ya. See you later.
I think back into Roche they go.
I just realized Quickening Charm's like a fox running.
What?
Hey, you don't see it?
Quickening Charm? Who has
Look
Quickening?
at that icon. They just dropped.
What?
It's like a fox running. It's a necklace of a fox. Either a fox or a wolf.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're talking about.
I never noticed that. I thought it was just like a
I thought it was just a triangle. That is pretty
yeah, I thought it was like an
cool, actually.
ovular shape.
I think this is just Roche, though. Not the quickest one, but it's still going to be the timing perfect for them. They did just win a fight. Guam can't try and blink in and steal this. They will just give the Aegis over to Lone Druid, which makes sure MxGuire can't just run at the bear now. Probably going to look for a fight. All of the stuns missing onto the Disruptor.
Oh, that's
They
a
might
good
just try and turn this. Epi blinking in with the ultimate, and, well, they're not going to turn it. MxGuire not here. They don't have a majority of their damage.
And he's just gonna get this bottom 2-2 for free. Unless they want to respond, which I don't think he respond. He just marched down mid.
I mean, with Aegis on Lone Druid, it seems like it. Although Pugna's all the way top, but no bots. Wait, they give the Aegis. Oh yeah. It's on.
400. Yeah, it's fine.
I was gonna say, like, why does Pugna have no items that was still in Lone Druid? Meteor Hammer up on the tower. This is a pretty dead tier 2. Do they go top or do they go high ground? I guess they don't have to deal with the Disruptor ult right now.
Oh, they're just beelining in it.
I think this is the right call. When you don't have to deal with the Static Storm, that's at least one advantage you have. Mad Dog with an alt high ground. Control missing the stun. So they try and get more focus in this tower. This Pipe actually doing a lot of work against the Jakiro too.
Stun him.
A lot of this damage. The double stun. There's a shackle shot as well, but can they focus any of these heroes down? Doom out onto Mad Dog. Can they get him? MxGuire just running forward. Down goes the Pugna. And Epi gonna drop as well. TShear can't even focus anyone because they all have their BKBs. The rest of them will focus down the supports. At least you get Alina, but the Static Storm back up. Spess might just die here. Power shot through. They've gotten 3. Going for the Ultimate Spaghetti Jesus. The bear has just ditched this. At least you get out on Lone Druid, and I think we're going to lose the Sand King here too. Do they have vision? No, they do not.
Don't.
Blink away, and they will continue to chase Sandstorm up soon. I think Half can get on top. Guam blinking forward too. They need to try and get a shackle shot here. You should be able to cancel the blink. Yep.
MX.
Death, taxes, and MxGuire power shots.
Is this man missed a power shot yet?
Probably, maybe. I don't think so. That's a good point.
He missed one mid-fight, but it hit the bear instead of the Jakiro in front of him.
TShear, they just kind of ignored the bear though. That entire fight, the bear was trying to focus down Half, but with his BKB, he just walks it off.
He's got an Aegis though, so he can't really. They don't want to kill him first.
What I mean, I think that's just the call in basically all these fights until he has more. The Lone Druid can't really add too much to their lineup at the moment. They focus down, get the Doom on the Pugna. Guam doing a great job there. Blink in, ult from Epi. Will focus down Guam with the bear. A couple of right clicks and a stun coming from Control, and that guarantees it. Mad Dog actually getting the last hit with the Nether Blast.
Hey Guam, that's not your 2-2.
It's the wrong side of the map. And maybe now they go for the push again. They still have the Aegis. They don't have to deal with Doom this time.
MxG doesn't have a TP.
He can run back though, I think.
He's got Nullifier flying out to him, but he's gonna take him a minute to get back. They're gonna get a free tower.
Is this a rapier too? Oh no, Nullifier. I was like, what the fuck? I forgot how the recipe worked.
Yeah, it's just a...
Yeah, this feels like now the tier 3s are going to die unless they can pop the Fortify and do something with that. Maybe get rid of the creeps. BKB popped on MxGuire just focusing down the Pugna. Did not have a... Well, he did have a Decrepify, but the Nullifier coming in handy immediately. And now you get a nice shackle shot. MxGuire still making it happen. TShear going to drop. Half doing a lot of damage as well. MxGuire gets a kill onto Control. Getting out is Half. No, the Meteor Hammer connects. Epi with the hell of a play. Stunning up Half, and they still somehow make this fight, I mean, even. It seems like
3 for 3, and they have to back now. I mean, that any fight that's going to come out even in this game is going to be favoring the rating lineup because they just scale a lot better.
Somehow, I mean, I don't know how it's possible to land Meteor Hammers on a Weaver, but it happened. So
he's just unlucky timing with the time lapse. I mean, he got rooted, and then he had to time lapse it off, and yeah, Meteor Hammer hit right on as soon as he did.
TShear, what's he got on the bear? Working on an Abyssal, still a little bit away yet.
Oh, those are both great items for the bear.
I bet they both just find Paladin Swords at the exact same time. Orb of Destruction now for the bear.
I feel like this happens all the time. I feel like it's just like encoding in the game that if you kill an item within a certain amount of time, like a certain time window, then it's going to drop that certain item.
Twice. Oh my goodness, MxGuire just hits the shackle on the TShear. That's going to be the second kill. The stun misses from Spaghetti Jesus. Epi, the TP takes a little bit too long. That shackle's going to miss, but they will pop the Static Storm out onto the Sand King. MxGuire can't do too much focus at the moment. The Doom thrown back out onto the Pugna. Do they dive underneath for this? Still no focus fire for MxGuire. And now Guam getting very low. They might have just gone a little bit too far. Should have just taken their kill and left, and I think Spess isn't going to be able to TP out of this, especially with the Sand King. MxGuire is just going to focus down the tower instead.
A little overzealous there. Pugnow's gonna have a Lincoln's now, which is sucks for Guam. 'Cause he
Sucks for
doesn't have
Gon,
a,
sucks for MxGuire.
Oh,
You probably
that's a
have to
good
pop
item.
it somehow.
That's a great item. Titan Sliver. Very
Wait,
good for Weaver.
who? Oh, I'm probably on Weaver, right?
Yeah, Weaver's gonna pick that up.
I mean, the Spider Legs still feel pretty good on Weaver.
I don't know. I think Spider Leaf should be on Doom.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. I do.
I don't think Doom uses 5 armor item.
Nah. Guam's got the next level plays, dude. He knows what he's doing.
One's a 5 head.
22 to 32, though. They're behind in kills, but up in net worth. It's kind of just... I mean, I guess that's what we expected, like, right from the draft, though.
Yep.
They're going to win a lot of team fights on Dire, but if the game goes to slate, the net worth lead is going to be more advantageous towards Radiant. A lot of these trades happening now, too, are advantageous for the Radiant. The longer this game goes, the better Radiant looks, the better this draft is going to perform.
Guam has a 57% magic resistance. Dope. That's it. Basically all magic lineup. No, and then Laundry.
Yeah. Pretty thinking, other than the right clicks from the bear, they will go for a smoke. This one not spotted. Half just running in, looking for right clicks, pops the BKB. They don't get the shackle,
Lincoln.
but they still get the
He's
kill
so dead.
onto the bear immediately. Pugna gone, Lone Druid gone, and that is just the fight. Going for the TP out is Epi, but it's not going to happen. Same thing for Control.
See you later.
The entire team wipe. Half just no fear runs directly into 5 heroes.
I mean, what are they gonna
didn't
do
have
about it?
vision for half and nothing to initiate with.
They didn't have a sentry. I mean, if they had a sentry, he literally just dies if he gets stunned. He eats 1 stun and he's dead.
He did wait a while to pop that BKB, but now it just looks like they can go high ground on Radiant. 4 heroes without buyback. You only have the Jakiro buyback. He does not have that Macropyre up yet either, and I think that's the big anti-push ability.
Weaver's got MKB now. He's gonna be trucking. If he didn't hit hard enough already.
Yeah, they're gonna just chunk this tower. Just gone. They took that tier 2 with MxGuire. They might even be able to go bottom after this if they have the timing. You have about 10 seconds, so I think they just take the racks and back off to make the safe call. No, they go bottom.
Yeah, they can easily do this.
Okay. 20-second cooldown on Focus Fire, by the way. That's actually pretty good.
Oh.
As MxGuire went for the 25% challenge.
Space Marine's gonna die. Oh, nope.
Nobody dying.
Are they gonna pull Xeriscape and just chill on this hill?
Not yet. I mean, they popped a scan to like try and detect this.
Oh, they're Zering it. They're just gonna sit here and
They
say
could go
you
for a
can't
smoke
walk
too,
past us, so
potentially,
you
but-
can't actually fight. You can't smoke. You can't do anything. They smoked on Dire, and then broke it immediately.
See,
Smoke again.
I mean, is their team fight still stronger at this point? Like, can they even try and take anything?
I just think they don't have the damage. Like they just don't. They can't outlast these BKBs.
Oh, Control might have just gone a bit too far. You get the vision from the Disruptor.
He's gonna
He's
get
able to
glimpsed.
get it off, but the sendback's going to be here. Half just popping
Oh, he
BKB.
BKB'd.
Yeah, that is something.
Yikes. I mean,
They
he's got
need to use
buyback.
that
They
thing,
can't fight
but,
now.
yeah. Without the BKB on cooldown, you just need to wait.
Yeah.
It's a
he's just
7-second BKB too.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Fortunately, I mean, maybe they go push high ground with this. MxGuire is able to focus fire down the tower. He's able to get disarmed for a bit. Stun in from Spaghetti Jesus. Maybe looking for some follow-up. The Stack Storm on top of that. Epi with a nice ultimate onto everyone except for Guam. But Guam blinking in, looking for the Doom. Does not get it off. I think he just popped the link and stun onto 2 from Spaghetti Jesus. Continuing to get them in this game. But they're still going to lose the fight.
Oh, it's
Triple
dead.
kill for TShear. Maybe they could, in fact, win this. The Bears just doing so much work. MxGuire has to back out from this. His BKB on cooldown. It's a 3 for 2 at the moment.
They can't catch him.
And damn, I mean, Spaghetti Jesus did such a nice job keeping everybody locked down. I think that was Doom used on a Lincoln's Pugna. That's partly why that fight goes so well for Dire. And Guam doesn't even die there for it.
Just buy 4 staff so you can break your own Lincolns. No, he's gonna finish a Lotus. It's still a good item.
It's good, but it's still, he just has nothing to break that Lincoln's at the moment unless he goes for one of the creeps.
That's kind of how you expect the fight to go when your core that does most of the damage on the team just doesn't have his BKB against an all magic lineup. It has like 1,000 health, 1,900 health.
I mean, you still got a 16k gold lead. You didn't lose MxGuire in that fight, at the very least. Those 2 heroes still surviving, but
Your team still
it's not really
scales.
a trade. Is Control going to get focus fired down now? He's able to pop the ultimate. The Abyssal does go through BKB, so MxGuire can't really commit for this. No, he's still going. No fear at all. I mean, he's got the eggs up, so the 2 charges in that. He's still running this out. All right, then. He uses a BKB. I think that was 5 seconds anyway.
MxG boys.
That was something. Doesn't end up getting the kill, but came very close.
Prince's life. Okay, I don't know. He kind of wants that. Oh, he sent it back.
That does. No, he wants the
I guess Lena gets it.
Look at the cooldown on his ult with the quickening charm. It's only 20
Lena
seconds.
still doesn't have an item. Alright, that's a big Weaver item.
Also, look at these windrun charges just come all the way back. Like,
yeah, they're nuts.
it's basically like 100% uptime for this ability. Oh, TShear just
See what
kills
Guam.
off Guam.
That was a 4-man rotation, 5-man rotation.
It's like a 90% uptime on windrun.
What can I say? Nature loves me.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
60% move speed bonus. What is the uptime? Scepter charge replenish time is 12 seconds, and I think that's in lesson, or maybe it's not. That might actually be with the calculations in there from the quickening charm and the talent.
They didn't get a spell prism rip.
We'll get Roche. This is the second one coming out. It's actually a really good Roche timing for them too, because it took them a little bit longer. Epi just sitting in the back lines waiting. Same thing with Spaghetti Jesus. And I don't think Radiant cares too much. They will try and push the high ground. Not really worried about what's happening to Roche. They are going to miss it. Should be able to TP back as well. So this is looking like a pretty good fight if Dire can make it happen with the Aegis.
And Dire got a spell prism. Holy cow.
There you go. That's what, Pugna? I don't know what the eggs...
The wind blows on
Yeah,
many
it's
hearts.
Pugna. Shakiro should have the other thing. Witless
What's Pugna
Shackle.
got right now? Oh, yeah, spell.
There's Witless Shackle.
It's the one that comes in now. Slightly. MxGuire though. I mean, what do you go for next on the Wind Ranger?
This ward, MxG standing right on top of a ward. He could technically die here if they time this
Might have
right.
vision on it. Spaghetti Jesus is looking for the stun. He's walking over. Oh, he's stunned the ground.
my.
They don't get the vision, and unfortunately, Epi does hit a nice ult on the back end. They do lose one with the Sand King. Gonna take out the 2 supports on the backside. At least that's dealt with, and now you've got a 2-for-1. But maybe they can even get more from Dire. Control 4 staffing forward stun, not gonna connect. And that's about as good as you could have hoped that to go from that initiation. Epi doing a really nice job keeping these fights even.
Epi did a really nice ult there. Actually, saved their whole team fight.
They might just run top too. Jakira's not even over here. Half just running in again. He still has the BKB. They're just going to look for a fight. Not doing too much damage to TShear, but the ult going off cooldown. Now TShear just getting chunked by the Weaver. Down goes the Aegis, and now they'll look for the Pugna. Dome comes out from USS Guam. And I think that is just all the core is dying. Epi looking for the Meteor Hammer. Going to connect onto one, I believe. Epi going for the TP out. They cannot get Vision on the tree this time. Buyback immediately from Lone Druid, though. What a fight. It just seems like a weird place to be, especially when, you know, this Weaver is all over the map. They still have quite a few good TP spots to run up there. Guam, I'm not sure how he popped the Lincolns there, honestly. It might have been MxGuire just running in and popping it for him, but...
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's
Do have a TP in top from Dur, and we should get a 5-man fight now. If they wait for the Pugna up, maybe. They might have to use the buyback on Pugna. But we'll see. It's only 30 seconds. Still waiting for the creeps to get up to the high ground. MxGuire with the gem now, too, does make this pretty easy if the Sand King tries to get on top. Epi's spotted. MxGuire looking for it. Gets the stun out. They'll just try and focus down Epi. They can't get it, though, as the Bear is there with the Abyssal, but still stunned up by the Shackle Shot. They bring down the tree. The buyback is there. Spaghetti Jesus having to walk out, but it's not going to happen. They have to buy back on the Sand King, and now TShear trying to focus anybody he can with the Bear, but everybody's just so quick. They're in and out in 2 seconds. And maybe now they can kill the Bear, but they can't quite stun it up. Epi looking for the ultimate, but none of the rest of the team is around. Look at bottom, too. Space Marine wasn't here this entire time, and now he's pushing the bottom tower. It's a split attack at the moment, and a lot of your team fight is also bottom. Guam does have a blink. He's got the Doom in 20 seconds, just running forward with the Lotus Orb. MxGuire focusing fire on the tower. Zeppy looking for the ult, does not get it. The Meteor Hammer, Sand King blink in. No. Everybody just completely backed except for Dur, and I think you're going to lose the Lina here no matter what. Shackle Shot does connect, but you can't commit too hard for that. MxGuire almost out of mana at the moment. Do you get the send back on control? Maybe looking for another Shackle Shot. MxGuire just running in. The Abyssal is there. It gets return on him, though, so there's no hits. And now the Pugna, or the Lone Druid just dropping. It's the opposite. They get the Doom onto the Pugna, so even if he gets into the fountain, still going to die. Epi looking for the Meteor Hammer, not going to connect, gets canceled. Nice ice path there, firm control, but Half is able to walk that one off, and I think MxGuire can eventually bring down the tier 3 now.
It's so fast.
There is, oh my goodness, Half is just making it happen here on the backside. Control dropping to the Weaver. And this is looking like pretty GG moment. 33k gold lead for Radiant. And they will look to push bottom and go for the Jugular. Take the Megas. Very nice Lotus Orb there from Guam. Oh, okay. Space Marine just dies to the Pugna. I'm not sure how much it matters, though, because, again, all the diebacks coming out, and they do just call GG. They killed Space Marine once, and then they called GG. We'll try and look for maybe one more. Ter spends a buyback, but yeah, that's it. Game 1 goes to MxGuire's team.
MxG with the plays, man. Holy cow.
Just no fear, really writing the book on how to play Wind Ranger, I think. And this does break Action Slack's anti-Wind Ranger speech. I've seen Wind Ranger win twice now. One in a deciding game and one in a game 1. So, like, it's pretty solid. Lobby's up again, too.
I actually have to go to game 2, sadly. Sadly, I had something come up, so I'm gonna have to step
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Hold on one second. Let me try and find Cocaster. Thanks for joining me, though, Klankers.
You're welcome.
It was
You're
good.
welcome. It was great. Guam, keep Guaming. I really like how I'm actually played. Dyer made a few mistakes early on, so it really hindered the Laundry's ability to play that game, that mid game especially. So, other than that, they did solid. They did solid. Good games either way.
Should be able to
All right,
carry
thank you.
on game 2. All right. Peace out.
Thank you for having me. Catch you later.
I think I might be alone on this one because we're already... Oh, no, we're still missing one. Alright, I will be right back. I'm going to mute myself, but game 2 starting soon.
Radiant team banned. Dire team banned. Radiant team pick.
Treant Protector.
Radiant team pick.
Disruptor.
Alright, straight back into it. Deja vu on this draft at the moment.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Radiant team banned.
Oh my god.
10 seconds
Oh, I could have gotten Bulljax. What the hell are you doing?
Dire team
Anyway.
banned.
Hold on. Let me finesse.
Radiant team banned.
It like doesn't show that I'm streaming anymore in Discord. That's weird. It used to.
5 seconds remaining.
What the
Dire
heck?
team banned.
Alright.
Radiant team banned.
Alright, I have to share my screen. Oh, he's gotta walk his dogs. Alright, I have to share my screen with Bulljax. We'll set that up once he gets back. But, oh, is 30 FPS gonna be enough? That should be fine. Is 30 FPS gonna be enough? What a privileged statement. Who else is playing tonight? I think there's a lot of MD2L games going tonight. So, like League of Legends is the Wednesday league. MD2L is for sure the Tuesday league, apparently. Disruptor Doom, though, to start, they're just going with the exact same lineup. Pretty Good's going to mix it up. We're probably going to see Epi on Treant. She played a really incredible game last game. I think kept them in it for the most part. Otherwise, that game probably ends a little bit sooner. And then we'll probably see Spaghetti Jesus on the Centaur. Struggled a little bit on the Sand King with some of the ultimates, but like that's a hard game to play as a Sand King for sure. Like you need to worry about so many things. Disruptor just sending you back, shackle shots occurring a lot. You're just getting stunned whenever you go to channel your ults. As soon as they pick up a gem, it's hard for them to initiate. That was weird. That was a really weird voice clip. Lena as well, they just want to go the same lineup. It seems like Turtle and Ape Hunting Co. Just run it back, draft the exact same heroes, and pretty good. I mean, do they just do the same thing? They've already swapped it up just a bit with the Centaur, but it's like the same idea as the Sand King. Initiating offlaner, which I think is just, I mean, it's what you have to do at the moment, but yeah, they picked the Jakiro. Alright, so we already know what's going to get picked next. It's probably going to be a last pick, Wind Ranger for MxGuire, unless it gets banned. I think you have to ban it if you're pretty good here. Since they have second pick as well, they're probably going to wait till that last pick to give MxGuire the advantage in the mid lane.
Well, hello. Hello.
Oh, there you are. You have to watch on Discord, by the way, since the game's already started. But
Sad. It's okay. I'm watching though. I see the draft so far. I see a Doom pickup by Dire's side. It's a really strong pick.
yeah. Oh wait, what are you watching it on?
Your screen. I'm watching your screen.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
I was like, Dota TV should be 2 minutes if I remember correctly, but I don't know. I don't know if you can actually watch live in someone that's in a lobby game like you can.
No,
with
you
Dota
cannot.
Plus, but
No, unfortunately not. No, because there's the rules that get set up beforehand, so you cannot watch live.
F.
Yeah, it's okay. No big deal.
I guess that makes sense. Anyway, they're spending a lot of time on this pick. You're probably not going to pick MxGuire's hero here. It should be halves. Or
They should be picking the core hero. Yeah, they see a Centaur and they see a Treant and a Jakira already. So theoretically, they can pick basically any core they like to. They can pick Phantom Assassin's not awful. What else is in the pool right now? Lifestealer? Is Lifestealer in the pool? I think Lifestealer's really good against Centaur Warner in itself. You just kind of leave it alone.
I mean, they picked a Weaver into a tree last game and it worked out, but they go for the Rookie instead, which also feels pretty... I mean,
Weird.
okay, I don't know how good it is in the Centaur.
It is not good in the Centaur. So the Ricky pickup's a little weird because what it does is it forces the Ricky to get Manta now, and Ricky doesn't really want to buy Manta. It wants to buy like Diffusal, Basher, Daedalus is what it wants to buy, but now because of this tree pick, he's gonna have to change up his item a little bit. It shouldn't be too bad though. He's gonna have to be careful with his tricks of the trade. It's a really easy ice pass setup.
Yeah, and same thing for like Centaur stun too, but obviously, yeah, the Ice Path's gonna be easier to set up. They go for the Lone Druid again. Had a solid start last game into Doom Lina, and it's gonna be the exact same lane, which is not something you see often. So
Oh,
we
was it
might
mid?
see
It was
Lone Druid.
safe
It was
lane?
safe lane.
Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah, because
Okay.
TShear is the carry and Mad Dog's the mid laner. But like, yeah, we'll see them literally run back the same safe lane off lane. Like, if Guam and Dur lose this again, that could be kicked. You lose the same
They
lane
should
twice.
not lose this, honestly. The Lone Druid is actually one of the worst side laners in the game. I'm surprised they lost to it. Huh.
I mean, I think the problem is, like, Lina's got a lot of range, but they just couldn't kill Lone Druid early on.
You still can't
And-
gap push, yeah, because the bear's in front of you.
Yeah, and it didn't really matter too much last game. Lone Druid started 6-0, but it's the kills from MxGuire that really made it happen, although they're banning cores. Do they think it's an MxGuire Rookie?
Ricky mid is the flavor of the month right now, so I would not be surprised. Ricky is pretty good against Lone Druid as well, since they reworked how the Savage War works now. You can no longer cast it on the bear and cast it on your hero. It only cast on who you cast it on in the first place,
Sure.
either the bear or the hero. So this Ricky pick's really good against that. I feel like this Jakiro pick is really good as well. It really zones out this Doom and Lina from their lane as well. I really like this Radiant draft so far. Maybe minus the Lone Druid, but a lot of team fight and control. Like it a lot. So they made Lifestealer and Wind Ranger, so they don't actually know what's going on. They're just.
I mean, I think they're just playing it safe, though. They're just like,
Yes.
you know what, we don't want to play against the Wind Ranger again. It really just owned our Lone Druid last game. Like, get rid of it. We don't have to worry about it. And it should be a really good Lone Druid game.
I think the Dire should pick Outworld Devourer.
They do have a... I could agree with that, totally. OD
think
is
it's a
so
really
annoying
good
to play into.
Yeah, and against the Lone Druid as well, you just sleep the bear and run at the hero. I think it's really good. What does a Radiant need? Let's think about that.
I was thinking
Radiant-
Radiant could go OD, but I guess he has to play into the Doom, so it's not great.
No, it's not particularly great. They need some sort of strength hero mid. Is Magnus still in the pool? I think Magnus isn't awful for the Radiant side here. It can help buff up the bear and let it farm super fast. A little bit of tempo control as well. Has more team fight. Kind of out team fight this Disruptor Lina combo.
I mean, pretty good. They basically have the same exact amount of team fight as they did last game, it feels like. So still, it's going to be kind of a slow lineup for MxGuire's team. But, I mean, as you can see, we got into that mid-game. MxGuire makes a ton of rotations and kind of just takes over from there. They really start to snowball. And I'm not sure how the rookie mid plays out. What? They don't have a lot to get on top of a Tinker, honestly. It's been years since I've seen a Tinker. Holy shit, dude.
Huh. Alright, I can kind of dig this. It has a wave push against all these heroes. It's going to have to play really safe against the Ricky, though. It's going to have to... This guy's going to have to be really good on his blinks in the lane. Or when he blinks from the creep wave, if you will. I still think Outward Devourer is really good. I think is Bloodseeker still in the pool right now? I think Bloodseeker is a pretty good option against Tinker. They could go Clockwork and send this Lina mid against the Tinker and just have like a Clockwork 4. I think that would be pretty epic. Or they
Yeah.
could get Zeus. Pick your pick.
I think Zeus is probably the best option.
Yeah, Zeus is really good because Nimbus, Tinker can't actually rearm and get away from Nimbus, so.
Forced to walk out of it, and with Tinker really liking the trees, it's kind of not possible sometimes. I mean, I guess that
Okay.
works too.
This is a MxGuire special, is why they picked this puck. He's one of the, yeah, he's a very good puck player, probably the best in lads, I would say.
Okay. I don't think I've seen
I don't really
it
like it. I don't really like it that much here. I think they're going to have a lot of damage issues against this lone druid. If this lone druid gets ulti off at all, there's no way they kill him. They have no damage.
Mm-hmm.
Not until half gets like 4 items.
Yeah, last game they had it from MxGuire mid on the Wind Ranger, which basically you just buy MKB, and that's more than enough.
Yeah, you kill every hero.
This game, your mid laner is not going to be supplying damage. It's basically 100% half. The rest of your lineup just kind of needs to control everybody. Maybe kill the supports while MxGuire or half is just attempting to kill on Druid. Try and keep Tinker at bay. Yeah, because, I mean, like you said, he needs 4 items or so to get in this. It feels like a very similar story to last game, but this time we don't have that Wind Ranger. This time we don't have that hero that transitions MxGuire's team into mid-late game. It seems like Pretty Good's draft is slightly better here. We'll see how the Tinker goes, but the rest of it, I mean, it's essentially the same thing. So, I like Pretty Good's draft a bit better this game. We kind of... based on how I saw it play out last game. So. Again, it's we need to see how this lane is going to go. Lone Druid, Lina, or, excuse me, Lone Druid, Disruptor, right? No.
No, it was Lone Druid and Jakiro.
Yeah, Lone Druid, Jakiro versus the Doom, Lina.
They should win that lane. Jakiro could probably outtrade both of the Dire Hero or the Radiant Heroes by himself. Jakiro Dual Breath is a very good spell.
All right, so we're waiting.
He was the drafter, so unfortunately.
That is true. I mean, we could have taken a 5-minute like bathroom break in between the series, but
Is what it is. I think if you lose the game, you definitely want to take a 5-minute breather and kind of collect your thoughts. I think that's always a very good thing to do. If you continue the game right away, you're kind of like giving the other team momentum, if you will.
nah, dude, I think the way you do it is you just try and suppress all of your feelings about the last game and move on.
Unfortunately, that does not always work for everybody. I do a pretty good job of it. I'm sure you do too, but...
I
No?
actually hate Dota.
Ah!
Dude,
Well-
I lost 5 games in a row today.
Did you really? You're not supposed to play after 2.
Dude,
If you
I
lose
just
2
wanna play
games, you're not
Dota, dude. I fucking work during the day.
Go unranked.
Yeah, that's true.
Unranked is actually so much sweatier than ranked right now. It's kind of annoying.
That's
I don't play
actually-
ranked
yeah,
anymore.
Ranked does seem really sweaty from what I've noticed.
People just rage too much on ranked. Alright, we are back and unpaused here. Cool.
Like, people just go super hard in ranked games, and I've like lost 5 straight. I don't really care. It's just frustrating.
Yeah, you're
Dota
not having
sucks.
fun.
Anyway.
They
The
need a
only
new
fun
patch.
way to do Dota, we need a new patch. The only fun way to play Dota is to cast it. That's it.
I love casting Dota. It's a lot of fun. I like playing with friends as well. Like my team or playing with like my lower end friends. I like doing that a lot.
Yeah, I used to have people to play Dota with. That was fun.
Yeah. I have like one friend to play Dota with.
Everybody I know that used to play Dota with just quit. So that's kind of what happens.
Either way, let's get back to the game here. So, starting
Nothing-
item build.
We can have a sidebar. Anyway, Control's probably dead. I think Control's just gonna die, especially with the Orb 4 not connecting. Right clicks, is it gonna be enough? They do have to dive the tier 1. They really want to get this, and the range isn't quite there. Guam's just diving. One more right click. Yeah.
What is going
MxGuire
on?
gets it. Is able to pop his salve from Guam too. A lot of it being used just to heal that tower, but we'll get back up and immediately gets a tango as well. One tip from TShear.
What?
Is that like a BM tip? Is he angry that TShear wasn't
Yes.
there?
He probably was just like the bear guy probably told him to go get the rune, and then he walked down and died. Is most likely what happened. Yeah, it happens.
And then the bear's not there to hit anybody to try and get a root, and maybe you survive there. But first
Which hero
blood,
got the first blood?
MxGuire.
Oh,
Mid lane,
that's
Clack,
huge.
that's the first blood. Yep.
He's gonna have about 6 damage on this Tinker now.
Oh, look at this! Look at this immortal though.
Ooh.
I have
I
not
love that
seen
little
this
laser.
immortal yet because nobody picks Tinker. I forgot the hero existed.
We picked Tinker once in our first official game for lads. It didn't really do anything.
Yeah. Well,
We won,
Nebula
but-
was successful too. Like, and you picked a Tinker. Those two statements just don't go together.
So true. So right now, Doom, I don't know what this Doom is doing. He's kind of running around this Takiro for some reason, contesting creeps. Top lane here. A little passive. I think it's gonna be very passive both ways right now.
That's as a dead courier bottom for Guam. I guess bottom is really the lane we should be looking at because it is the one that kind of went disastrously last game. And again, Control is making the same play of blocking the medium camp. I think Dur should for sure deward this, but last game didn't, and this game doesn't seem like it will
Very
either.
interested. Yes, he definitely
Guam-
needs to deward that.
Yeah, Guam also put a level into Scorched Earth this time instead of the level in Devour. So
I hate
that's
it.
another switch up. Yeah, that seems a little weird, but
Well, they needed it to dive the tower. Weren't they gonna get the kill?
Sure.
That's why he leveled it. But I hate it.
should
This lone
just,
druid
I mean,
actually
it
can
feels
just
like he
block
should
him
just
out.
be popping it to run at the lone druid right now, but he will just look for a couple range creeps, taking a lot of damage from TShear as Control is rotating back over, looking for a slow, connects on Guam. Can he get a root with the bear? Yes, he does. The right clicks are in time. As soon as I say it, it happens, and now they might just dive for Dur as well. Control taking a lot of damage. The stun not connecting, so he's not gonna die. I might have spoke too soon. No, he pops us out, so he does live in top lane. Losing the Disruptor, so 2 kills back the way. Pretty good.
Epic. What's the Gradient's team name?
I think pretty good. What was it?
Pretty good.
What's it? Oh, shit. It's T-Shear's team, so.
T-Shear's team. Okay. So the reason why Guam died there is he literally was just tanking 6 creeps for some reason. I don't know why. And then he just got rooted and he died.
Yeah, I guess he thought he was just gonna walk up, pop Scorched Earth, and kill off the creeps, but it's only a level 1 Scorched Earth. And yeah, he doesn't have a level in Devour, so your regen is not quite up
Very
to par.
slow.
Immediate
It's-
root there. It does feel like Dur needs to be a little bit more present in lane, so that they can be more aggressive on this lone druid, but he's already up to 1-0. We got up to 6-0 before he died last game. And we'll see if we can get something similar. Guam might just die again if we get another root too. But
Oh,
T-Shirt's
if
still
he
waiting
dies
for it on the
again, it
bear.
is-
He's getting very low. Not going to get the root though. We'll focus back onto Dur. And Dur does have a combo. Looking for it. Is going to get rooted up, and this is a dead Lina. T-Shear up to 2-0.
This is a crazy lane, actually. I take back what I said. This Orb of Venom on the bear, the Jakiro slow, is like 60% slow.
Oh yeah. Just can't get away from it. Top lane, Space Marine again, almost dying. I think Epi could potentially get away. She's low on health, but Half really can't chase too much farther. Stun connects from Spaghetti Jesus, gets outside of the Static Storm, but it doesn't matter. Got Vision with a singular creep there.
Oh my.
Half gonna throw out a tip too. We're very, very tip heavy this game.
That is the only way to play Dota.
That seems very non-PMA of you, Bulljacks.
I only tip my teammates at this point.
Oh, true.
But I
mean,
cannot
that's a
control
good way to do
attacks.
it, I guess.
I used to BM tip, but then I started to realize that it wasn't okay.
I mean, I just don't do anything when it comes to Battle Pass stuff, so, yeah. I guess it's all Dota Plus stuff now. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever Val wants to do with that, we'll see.
Dude, I have no idea. I'm still in the camp that Dota Plus shouldn't exist, but, you know, whatever. They gotta milk
yeah,
money
I agree.
somehow.
I agree. Well, I mean, I pay for the chat wheels. I still do.
Dude, no way. They make so much money off of Battle Passes. Do they possibly need, like, the constant
No.
money from Dota Plus? Like,
No, of course not. It's just because they keep their physical numbers up.
you're paying for the servers.
Um, well, see, like the way I look at it is Dota. I play like what, 1,000. I have 8,000 hours in Dota at this point. Like, what's the least I can do is give the game $100 a year if I play it that much. Yeah.
Sure, but I mean, that's like buying the battle pass, though. A lot of people do that, getting like 1,000 levels of battle pass every single year.
I only have one Aegis. I liked it a lot, but I don't think I'd ever do it again. Get 1,000.
It's a lot of money. And it also doesn't ship for the longest time from what I've heard. Epi's gonna get stunned up top. They might try and commit again for the tree, but just not a lot of damage. They're actually just leaving Guam alone in the bot lane. Epi actually survives with a living armor charge.
That was epic. So I thought she was dead.
And yeah, 3-2. They've just ditched Guam's lane, and this is pretty advantageous for a bear at the moment.
Yeah, my Aegis took a year and a half to ship after the date,
Oh
so.
my god. Yeah, like, what the hell, dude?
How is it acceptable? I don't know. It's a good question.
If it was like 6 months, I would be like, okay, well, whatever. But a year and a half? Like,
A year and a half. It took me a year and a half. Storms took longer.
you've already, like, watched the next TI at that point.
Literally, it already happened, and it was 6 months after the next TI. It was crazy.
Yeah, like, you just don't even remember who won at that point. What is this even for?
Oh, man. So this Tinker's not doing as bad as I thought he would do. I thought this Tinker was going to get squashed in this mid lane. I assume he's one of their higher MMR players. I don't know if you can check, or if you know.
I mean, I could. This league is about similar skill level as League of Lads, I'm pretty sure. It might be a little bit lower. But obviously, since there is a prize pool and a money amount, a decent money amount on the line, I think there's also some pretty high skill team.
What's the... how much?
$650 to the winning team.
No way.
Yeah, that's like
How did I
over
not know about
$100
this?
per player. I don't think you have to pay taxes on that. I would have to look up tax code, but anyway, if you report it, I'm pretty sure you'd have to pay taxes on it. Which
Yeah, you don't do. You just don't report it.
oh wow, are you talking about tax evading right now? We're just missing kills, but I mean, Bulljax is committing literal crimes at the moment.
I will admit it. I have. You think I've sucked my Dota money? Come on.
You really should not be saying that. You're gonna get audited, and they're gonna use this footage
They
against you.
don't
Like the
care
IRS
about
will
some
find this
Dota
stream
player,
and use this
man.
footage against you.
They don't care about me. They care about big money.
I think they care about anybody that's not paying taxes because that's how the
Oh,
IRS
I mean,
works.
pay
you know?
taxes. Don't get me wrong. It's just not on
Oh
the Dota
yeah,
stuff.
but you tax evaded like the $30 you made when you cleaned someone's car or whatever.
What a travesty. The
Should've
government doesn't get
laundered
more
it,
money.
Bulljax. That wasn't smart.
Travesty.
Should have laundered. That's the only way. The $30 is gonna get you put in prison for 5 years.
It was a lot more than $30. So I'm not gonna say the number.
Oh god. Oh no. 10
I mean, I did
years.
OpenAI. I don't know if you remember. So.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wait, you programmed it?
No. I was the leader of the test team.
What?
Yeah.
I
you
had
not
no
know this?
idea about this. What the? What?
Yeah. Yeah. So me, Stormcode, Aaron, Bowery, and Strinkle were all Moonlight. Were the OpenAI test team for about a year and a half. We just got let go from COVID.
What?
Years? Yep. How do you not know this?
Dude,
It's
that's
like one
a
of my
pretty
biggest bragging
dope
points.
setup.
Right?
Like,
And we
damn.
beat OG too. I was so pumped about it.
How do you even get that?
So what happened was Pizza Dog had it from the first part. It was JT, Mossy, and I want to say Zeri, right? And they didn't like them as much, so they dropped them. They were gonna go with some other teams. So JT got us an interview, and they just really liked how we talked and explained Dota, and they went with us.
Nice. Okay.
Right?
Well, today I learned we've kind of just been ignoring this game, but the conversations are interesting. So that's all that matters.
I got a fun thing for you. So we played around 2,000, 2,500 games against the bots. How many games do you think I won?
2,500. Can I
Yeah.
give you a percentage? Because I think that's easier than just guessing a number.
It's way less than 1%.
Wait, it's less than 1%?
Did you ever play against the bots? Did you know how hard they were? Well, they beat OG, so
Yes.
just go ahead and guess a number.
10?
Yeah, it was 12, but close enough.
Okay. God damn.
A lot of losses. Pretty
You think
rough.
you guys would have like cheesed it at some point, but
Oh, we definitely tried. I invented this cutting behind the tier 2 with axe, with like warding up the it was just, yeah, it was just really weird. Anyway,
I mean, that's how I saw the pro teams that did beat it. Like, they just cheesed it for the most part. Like, when they played against each other, didn't they play it at TI that one year? Like, they played a couple of teams. And I guess they just straight up beat it that time, but I think it was kind of still just...
I'm allowed to talk about it now. So the only team that was actually, like, able to beat the bots was Team Secret. So they played one game against it, they lost it in 20 minutes, and they were just like, okay, we know how to beat it. And they came back and won 3 games in a row. It was insane.
Oh my god. Wait, did you get to watch the games? Are those games, like, out?
Yeah, no, they're private.
What?
Yeah, I got to watch that, and then some South American teams played against it. It played, Liquid was Alliance. They lost all 3 games.
Everybody's just dying around the map, by the way. I don't think we're going to see too many kills. There is a Doom Coil out bottom onto TShear. Stun as well. They bring down the bear. He's only gotten to 2-0 this time before dying. But that's a lot harder of a kill to get than just Wind Ranger running bottom. But they do make it happen.
Could you hit Y or the networks, please?
Yes.
Thank you. So, wow, this Tinker's keeping up in her farm so well.
Yeah. Half top might drop. This is going to be really close as the double edge not quite killing him. The right clicks are here from Space Marine now as well. Half, oh my goodness. He jumps back in trying to get the last hit. Risking it, but that's the second tip from Half. He is definitely a very toxic player now. I guess every time you like transfer from any position to either mid or core though, you become a toxic player. Like,
I think so.
Inevitable. Like,
is there beef between these teams?
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe they're just angry at each other from game 1 or something.
Maybe.
These drafts hit me as both of them think they could have won game 1 better, so they just ran the draft back and were like, let's just play it again. Like,
I agree.
They're basically the same drafts minus a Wind Ranger. Like, that's it. But we still apparently have a comfort hero from MxGuire. Like,
he is Platinum tier on it. He is the highest level Dota Plus in the lobby.
oh wow.
Super impressive, you know.
True. I feel like that was really impressive. Like, once you get it, if you like right when Dota Plus came out and people were getting platinum tiers first, that was pretty impressive getting it like super early. But like now it's just play the game
Master
enough.
Tiers, yeah, no one cares anymore.
Play the game enough. It just kind of tells, yeah, I play this hero a lot. Like, most of the time people are pretty good though if you platinum tiered it. Definitely is telling of something.
So Centaur's rushing Blink Dagger, which is I think really appropriate for this game. I think So how they're gonna fight is they're gonna send this bear at a tower, and then the Centaur's just gonna blink on someone, stomp them, and they're gonna get a kill.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they want this to happen.
It is. He's a little bit far away from the blink on Centaur, or are you talking about Guam?
Oh, Centaur.
Okay, because there is Centaur Stomp that Guam can steal, but they're popping an ult maybe to get the bear out top. He is able to pop the ult on the bear, which means he's pretty tanky. And like you said, until Half gets a couple of items, like really hard for them to kill. They do have a lot of sentries top as well, but those rockets not connecting. This is a weird fight for Tinker to show up to, I feel like. Does have the bots, so this is pretty easy, but Half getting focused down, the stun does miss, is able to blink away. And not really getting anything from this. Just a really good... Guab is over here. Did not notice him initiating this. He's got the blink up. There is a blink on Centaur. No, he doesn't quite have the gold for it yet. Might be looking for MxGuire instead. Guam blinking back, trying to bring down Epi. The silence is there. Laguna Blade coming out, but still they've lost Half, who came back into this fight despite being so low. And now they're going to look for more. I thought they would just back off, taking the win, but they find MxGuire even. Gets the root from the bear, and that's the easiest way to kill a puck when you get that lucky. And now the bear is going to bring down Space as well.
Oh my.
TShear with the triple kill. This is not looking great for Dire. Again, you had that comeback mechanic of the Wind Ranger last game, but now it's just with this puck, you have to make a lot of space for this rookie around the map.
This that was really good micro from TShear there from Lone Druid.
Seems like a pretty legit Lone Druid player.
I would agree. That was really epic. Half should not be trying to kill. He needs to just farm.
There is one more TPing in, but I don't know if he can make this happen. He doesn't have a defusal. They do look for the coil from MxGuire. Gets it off, but Where's the damage? He could just pop ult again and turn this one around. Stun from Spaghetti on the backside too. They're gonna try and bring down Space. Half's committed way too much for this. Needs to just back off. The Laguna Blade being used, but not getting killed now. Half very low. Rockets flying, but not going at him. They do find Space Marine, but still getting nothing from this. They bring down MxGuire again too. I actually missed that. USS Guam getting a return kill, but you've lost so much for this.
There's bleeding kills.
Like, it doesn't even feel like Tinker really needs to do much in this game. They're just kind of running at you. That feels like such a weird engagement for Dire to try and take. Basically just running straight back into the Tinker, straight back into the tree. It's really hard to chase this lineup as well. Ult not on a very long cooldown for Lone Druid. Tinker just pushing the lanes meanwhile. This is a really hard game for MxGuire's team, I think. They've lost early now, down by 6k. You gotta get Ricky up on the network chart somehow, and it's gonna take a bit.
So he needs to get Diffusal. As soon as he gets Diffusal, they can go for a smoke play with his puck and try to catch either the Lone Druid before he ulties, or most importantly, the Tinker.
Just like, I don't know if they have the stun for it. Like, you can't stop the Lone Druid ulti from coming out. He still doesn't have a level in the silence, but he's probably going to get it before he gets to the Diffusal, or at least very soon here. It still feels like it's going to be difficult. Top lane, they're looking for more. This time they go on the Tinker. Runs outside of the Static Storm. He just ran right through the field. That was kind of weird. I guess Centaur gets you outside the field?
I think he got out before the field came up.
Yeah, really? Because it ended very soon after. That was weird.
I wasn't 100% paying attention.
It's a 2.6 duration. Yeah, that might be right, but that still seems a little strange. I think there are a lot of bugs around the static field.
Guam doesn't have a stick right now? What are you doing, sir? Get a stick.
Especially into a Tinker, too. He's just tanking rockets to the face at the moment.
Anything. Just the turn potential of stick
He's just
is
tanking rocket. He's not even stopping this.
It's like, it's fine.
He might just get gone on the lasers there, but it was all a bait, Bulljax. It was all a bait. Guam trying to turn it, gets the blink, gets the hit, might just get the kill, looking for the deny, not gonna happen, and now Epi is rotating down, pops the ultimate, will get the return kill on the Guam, but I think that's worth it. Guam with the next level play.
Head admin.
Dude, that's a big brain play if I've ever seen one.
Yes, it was. Wow, that was epic.
Half top lane does not want to go in because Spaghetti Jesus is right here. Maybe just wait until Spaghetti Jesus runs back top could be the call, but they have really good vision on both of them as TShear actually TP's bottom. Let's see if they actually try and make something happen off the back of that. Is Epi close to a blink yet? No. She's actually working on Meteor Hammer. I guess every single tree game is the exact same in terms of item build. I feel like you're going to look for Meteor Hammer into like a blink or something. It's the only hero that like buys Meteor Hammer consistently. You can maybe go for it on like Elder Titan as well. Mid lane half trying to get a kill on Tinker, not going to happen though, as he's able to just walk this one off and actually popping the ultimate. It's Spaghetti Jesus, and then deny on the tower for Space Marine.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I think Control just doing a little bit of scouting with this invis rune. And MxGuire could be the target top, needs to be a little careful to get stunned up here. And the clumsy net does not connect, but blinking forward is the Tinker. It's a little bit hard for him to make a kill happen. He's still working on an Aether Lens. You're really far away from a sheep at the moment. What?
What?
Why did we get a question mark?
Why are we all chatting in officials?
There's no problem with that. I mean, I don't know if MD2L has a rule against that. I'm sure it's just like RD2L is where if you ask for it, you have to stop or something.
Oh, I just think, like, maybe I just have higher standards, never mind.
You have way too high standards. I mean, you played bots for 2,500 games, so... I'm guessing they didn't all chat at all.
I mean, yeah, they did. They had chat wheels.
Oh
it was
my
awful.
God.
It was off. They would actually ping you their win
that's
percentage. They would ping their win percentage.
Yeah.
And they would start off like 70 right away.
Oh my God.
Shit drafter here.
I mean, was it every single hero pool? Every single hero in the pool? Or was it?
No, 16 heroes were the best heroes, and they added about 10 others, but unfortunately, Valve was not very communicative with any of their patch changes or map changes, so it constantly broke how the bots worked.
Of course.
Because they completely learned by themselves. There was nothing that we told them how to do it.
Yep.
They just literally played Dota. So every time that they had a patch change, they literally had to replay the whole thing.
Well, yeah, you have to relearn for thousands of games. It's kind of strange that Valve wouldn't do anything for that, but also that's very much like Valve.
Yep. Zero communication. It was the worst.
That is not the send back.
Oh no.
Just miscommunication there, I think, from Space Marine and Guam. They wanted to Doom, I believe, but
Cringe.
that is so unfortunate.
Just take your
You get a TP, and Epi's here pops the ultimate, but it's only on to 1, so they might just be able to turn the Static Storm as well, half jumping in. There's a dead tree. And they do trade the tier 2 top, however. MxGuire dodges a rocket, might look for more over in their own jungle. Yeah, that is... I don't know if that would have been a free Tinker kill, because it is underneath the tier 2. There's a lot of TP spots there, too.
Yeah, you are right.
I'm guessing that you pop a Static Storm after Guam blinks in, and it's just still not going to take too long. Alright, Arc Warden. I keep forgetting that these even exist. Nobody
Bottom
plays
right.
these.
Bottom right.
I don't see anything. Oh shit. Okay, there it is. Tide Hunter.
Bottom middle,
bottom
left.
middle,
Yep.
yeah. Wraith King.
I forget what he looks like.
What?
I don't know, I forget what his little head looks like. I'm looking.
Not all chatting is wasting potential tilt. That's true. Oh, I found it. It's like dead center.
Oh, I see. Yep, you're right.
Yeah, 2 for 1. Get wrecked, Bulljax.
Nice. Go you. Go you.
Yeah, I don't play these games at all.
I mute them every single time.
Yeah.
They just ruin my focus.
I don't know. I would love to see the numbers on who actually plays the pause minigames. We need Q minigames back.
I agree. We
I
should
never
do,
did
like,
trivia, but like the recipe game was actually good for teaching people recipes. Like,
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
that'd be really helpful for learning brand new recipes as well. Because like when items change and they change the recipe, I like forget about it so often. It'd be perfect. 9 to 12 though, 6k gold need for Radiant, and a pretty advantageous one at that. Especially when your lineup is built around winning early, and Lone Druid's up to a Deso. They really haven't pushed too much yet. They might be looking for a fight mid. Guam does have a blank Tinker TPing in. They might look for Space Marine. But just no initiation quite there.
The Lone Druid used to be like this early game like tempo hero. Now it can go late game and just be a wrecking force.
Mm-hmm.
So this Dire team is on a timer.
I mean, into a Ricky though.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I guess I can see where you're coming from.
You just force staff him out of the cloud, and then you just ult, and then this bear will never die. I don't think.
You gotta keep the Lone Druid alive. Again, they don't just have somebody that can run at him. It's pretty easy for him to get away from Ricky. 1-4 staff is going to do it. That is a dead disruptor by the way. Might look for more. Blinked on to the cliff is Mad Dog, but he of course can get off. That is Tinker after all. And we'll pop a Centaur ult. The bear gets benefit from that as well, but...
Does it?
No, it does not. It's just ridiculously fast. It's
It
got
has 470
moves.
What?
Yeah, and you pop Mask of Madness and it's even, like, yeah, it's insane.
It's moving in haste.
550 move speed with
that's
base.
That's literally haste. That's literally haste. 550 is haste.
Yep.
Wow.
It seems
What
pretty strong.
Okay,
Seems
I'm gonna start
incredibly
playing
strong.
Zero.
I can't micro, otherwise I would, and I don't play core, otherwise I would. But bottom lane, they're going to try and go on to the Tinker. A stun is there from Guam as well. Silence connecting. Ice Path does hit on to 2, but Control not in time for that. They still lose the Tinker instead. Maybe looking for the Jakiro underneath the tier 1. Guam getting a couple of hits out. This Ice Path connects onto 1. Guam dodging that for now. The orb through does connect, and Guam
Epic.
leading them to another kill, half getting The last hit.
He even saved Doom as well. That's really good. I don't know how this Tinker got caught out right there. A little weird.
Especially with 2
Must have-
bottom. See what else they can look for, though. I think they'll just take the tier 1 tower and then walk further onto the tier 2.
These Radiant supports are much more rich than the Dire supports right now. And I think it's really impactful. Shakiro and the Tree both have 4k, 4.5k gold basically. They all have their support items out.
I think they might be able to go on the Tinker here. He just blinked into a spot where his blink is going to get canceled. No, the tick time is not quite enough after the refresh. So they can't actually cancel it out quite yet. Guam's going to take a lot of damage here. Epi just staying on top. Like real ultimate. Gets it on MxGuire as well, but is able to dodge off some of this looking for the overway. Does connect, and now you're probably going to lose 2. But no, Guam somehow surviving. Just walks out of this. The Meteor Hammer not there.
I like the hustle from Epi.
Spam this mom to help Guam. I do appreciate the copy pastas we get for only
Same.
for MxGuire's team though. Like they're only supporting one team. That seems kind of unfair.
I want to say all your viewers are only here for that team, so
Sure. Ah, you know about that. I thought
I'm here for Mike.
Oh, sure.
I'm here for you actually. I'm not gonna lie. So.
Oh, thank you, Bulljax. TShear might just die mid, by the way. And nope, dude, they were talking about it's the 4-step a half jumps back at it. It's a core for core trade.
So that's how that's gonna work. But Longer doesn't die.
Yeah, and Guam looked for the Doom, couldn't get it off. Didn't have a stun either. I think he goes for the Doom instead of just throwing out the stun immediately. I think he maybe could have made that happen.
He doesn't have Sunny's tornado
He
creep.
probably, yeah. Well, I was saying with the, he went for the Doom instead of Inferno Blade hit.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it
you're
might
right,
have
you're
been
right.
faster, but I mean, the timing was so quick, like, it might not have mattered.
I think you're right, actually. I think you're right.
Top lane, MxGuire has a Deso. He might be, yeah, he went the phase shift attack, so he's totally going the right click
Oh, this is
puck
gonna be
build.
epic. This is gonna be epic.
Dream Coil rapid fire coming through. Bottom lane
Yep.
trying to chase down Epi.
So normally I would flame offlaners who buy Pipe, but since there's a Tinker in the game, Pipe is really good this game.
Yeah, it seems like another situational item. I think somebody's got to go utility in every single game, and usually that's nominated to the offlaner.
Glimmer's just so much easier, better than Pipe right now. That's why.
Oh,
There's like a bunch of numbers on it, if you will.
Yeah.
The mech is more value than Pipe, is how bad it is.
also, I really do like Pipe against Meteor Hammer buyers, because if they're using it to push your buildings, and you're defending like high ground or at least a tower, Pipe does protect your tower, just slightly.
Oh, it does. Yeah, it gets 250 damage from the meteor hammer. That's like I think it has 500.
Well, Spaghetti's just gonna get got
Oh,
on top, but Half does
TD.
not want to initiate on that. Instead, going on to the lone short, who gets silenced up. No force staff there. Spaghetti Jesus can't save the core, misses the stun, and now Half getting locked down by the Treant. MxGuire able to get away, looking for a blink onto a target is Half, but he just goes right back into the fight, able to walk it off. You get the Doom on the backside from Guam onto the Tinker. Mad Dog trying to run away from this. There is a save from Control. And I think the Tinker will survive. The rest of the team getting out, but Guam is not. Yeah, the Tinker's just fine. Guam.
Ricky did get Manta, but he used it early there and almost died to the tree ulti.
I mean, it seems legit. You probably don't get a BKB in this game as Ricky. Ricky's not a very
No.
common BKB buyer.
Kind of weird. Oh, Spaghetti Jesus.
Looking for does not have much though. Ice Path does connect just
Nice.
barely. Control. That's a sick Ice Path right there.
It's filling up to his name right there.
Control. Sorta.
Control, right? That's how you say it, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can say CTRL. You
That's
know,
a
I used
lot.
to say that when I was a kid and like
I also
describing
did
keys
that.
on the keyboard. I used to say
Same.
CTRL for the
I said-
longest time.
I said critical after that. I don't know why.
Critical.
Yeah,
I mean, I could see it,
That
but
was a
the
weird
R
thing.
is not even in the right spot for that.
it's not. It's literally after it. So
But I mean, I can see it. Most of the stuff is in there. Ice Path not, or it does connect. On to MxGuire, but you got to worry about Guam instead. Guam could just be going way too far right now. The Bear's just going to run directly into him. Ice Path connecting. Still trying to bring down the Jakiro, but getting very low. The sandback is there. Jakiro gone. Guam's able to walk this one off. A nice stun from Dur onto 2, 3 even if you count the Bear, which we do. There is a nice Static Storm as well onto 2. Half is finally here. They brought down 2 supports and might be looking for more.
I don't know how the Doom didn't die there. How did they not punish that?
It's a little bit difficult. Like Dur hit a nice stun. The rest of the team shows up so quickly. And now Half making some more plays. They look for the Lone Druid this time. They don't have a Force Staff. Guam missed the stun with the Infernal Blade, but it might not end up mattering as they can still get a couple more. Dur hitting his. And now they can look for Spaghetti Jesus as well, who tried to save, but still gonna drop here, taking a lot of damage. Guam getting the last hit. Tinker still out here looking for the kill on a Space Marine. Does get that. And now maybe MxGuire jumping forward. Not going to go to the high ground, though. That would be a little risky.
I can't believe this Ricky's killing this Lone Druid right now.
Dude, you almost have a sheep on the Tinker, though. And I feel like that is a really strong timing for Radiant as Mad Dog blinking forward, hitting a couple rockets. They get a Yules as well, but Guam blinking in. They turn the fight. They break down the Tinker. Guam with the game-saving play at the moment. What a play. He turns the fight, gets a stun onto 2. They kill the Tinker, who has to buy back. Are you kidding me, Guam?
50-50 because he's literally like MVP in both these games.
Guam is like the eternal envy of this league, where you just don't know if he's gonna fuck up majorly or if the play is gonna go like so right. He's just MVP off of one play, and like right here, you're just like, what are you doing? Like,
is he gonna live? Is he really gonna?
I think he's dead. Yes, he is. They're actually gonna get 2 because MxGuire was right there at the same time. Okay, yep. Like back to back, you just see the duality of Guam right there.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a clip. I'm gonna clip that. Oh, that's awesome. I need to make a new emote for that. 50-50 Guam. Oh, man. Yeah, this Tinker, I was gonna say they're gonna have a Tinker problem, but Guam has just been destroying this man. He's on buyback status, too. If they catch this Tinker once...
I'm saying as soon as he gets sheep, though, his game becomes a lot easier. I mean,
yes,
you can still get blinked on top of, but if his positioning is correct, like, it's going to be really hard to get that Doom off.
Oh, going for Roshan.
Rosh too.
They need the Roshan because the Lone Druid doesn't have a bear resummon for the next 60 seconds.
Pick that up. 20-20. They've evened out the kill score and they've evened out the net worth. And Roche down. Yeah, they do give it to Lone Druid. Has no items on the hero. Not even boots. That's basically fine. Still 325 move speed on ranged Lone Druid. It's insane how quick this hero is. Bear just outrunning him every single time too. Maybe they'll look for a smoke or something. Looks like they're grouping up just slightly on the supports in half. But how much CS does Half have? 166. He's second on that net worth. Like, with how far behind they were early on, this is still just... I don't know how they did it. Like, this game was not looking great. It looked like it was going to be really one-sided.
Guam just found out the key targets he needed to find out.
Except for right now. Again, Guam dropping. He's way too far out. Just going to get annihilated.
Weirdly enough, this is actually an okay death.
Yeah.
Because
well, true, because now they can push top, but this tower's going to get healed, so. A lot of TPs to the top lane, though.
Okay, yep, you're alright. I take it back. Yeah, they're just going to heal it up back to full, and it's going to be okay.
I mean, Mad Dog, I think he has, yeah, he does have the sheep, if he wants to buy it. He doesn't have buyback, so I don't know why he would save here, but yeah, I think he's walking road by it now. Yep.
MxGuire's Puck has so much farm on this hero. I'm so surprised that he's able to farm this much.
It's all because of that phase shift attack at level 15. You get that so quickly on mid Puck. And I'm pretty sure you just use that constantly. Yeah, like there. You're just popping it every
He's
single
farming
time. off
ancients
cooldown.
right now. Yeah, this is epic. We have an Aghanim Scepter as well. I actually don't think he should be going Ags. I actually think he just needs more
I think
burst.
yeah, potentially Maelstrom is. I thought what the build was
Yes.
still on Puck right click, but
Maelstrom. I guess Ags will. So he's building for his level
MKD
25.
would
He'll
be
get the
legit.
Dreamfire Rapid Coil, and then he'll just like go in, coil, and phase shift. And do
okay,
it.
that's Bomb's TP. I thought it was a Radiant TP on an outpost, and I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, this might just be a trade. They're looking to go tier 3s for Radiant. If they continue to posture top, because this is kind of dangerous TPing down here now. So they do just trade outposts. But I think it's just a tier 2 for nothing at the moment. Or tier 2 for a tier 2 mid, it looks like. Tinker doesn't want to TP bottom. MxGuire actually TPing back too. They should leave this up to the creeps. MxGuire in that top lane. Needs to be careful how far he wants to go though.
So what the Radiant should have done is immediately when they saw. Oh,
Send back.
nice glimpse. Epic. Good job, Space Marine. So what they
This
should have
time-
done is
Oh,
they should
and
have.
MxGuire spots this too. Might try and look for control. He does have a Yule's, not quite up to the blink though. Looking for the orb, does not connect onto the Jakiro. And I don't know if he knows where Jakiro is, but now he actually has vision. Blinking up his half, and that is probably a dead Jakiro. Yes. Spam this OS. Yeah, you gotta put a space in between the emotes there. Told you there's a supporter for the other team. For T. I keep wanting to say T series just because of that stupid meme, but it's TShear.
My alarmers are saying that now too. T series on the Radiant side here.
Dude. We lost the battle.
Unfortunately.
Make sure to go apparently I'm supposed to say make sure to go sub to Guam's Twitch, by the way.
I did not subscribe to Twitch,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I have not either. It
My
is not
Twibs go to
compulsory.
you.
But his ad is, of course, that.
When's the last time Guam even
Sub with
streamed?
Prime. I don't know. He does not stream. Like,
He used to.
he did, like, quite often.
Maybe next season he will.
Yeah. I need to follow more people in MD2L, because I don't know if people stream there. It's mostly just been League of Lads streamers I've been watching, but...
There's a new RD2L thing coming out. Already told Masters, which is like League of Lads kind of this style. So there'll be a lot more games to be casting soon.
Ooh. Oh, so it's
Are you
just
in-
like pre-made teams for RD2L. I don't really cast RD2L as much, but...
Uh,
Hex this time into half. Remember, this can just get refreshed. There is a static storm on top of that, but half goes down immediately, and this fight is looking horrible for the Dire. Immediately losing all your damage. MxGuire not even going to show up to this.
wow. They blew that Ricky up so fast with that Hex. This Hex is game changing right now. Control with the stun
Yeah,
as well.
this is. I wasn't saying anything because I'm pretty sure this disruptor is dead, but Control does make a nice ice path right there.
Are you are you in the Aegis, the 82? Are you cast 82L at all?
I have once or twice. Again, not often though. MxGuire bottom. I try and turn it on to the Tinker. He is gonna get hexed up once. Needs to get rid of this refresh as the sheep is back up, and yeah, he is dead now. This sheep is just so good.
So I think for next, I think they actually pay their casters to cast.
Ooh.
I think at least the division I'm in, like we're in the Aegis League, which is like all the high MMR teams. So I will try to get you in.
I
promise.
That's a good question, actually. That would be a lot.
I think it's only like 10-15 bucks. It's not a lot of money,
Yeah,
but
I mean,
you know, it's still
whatever.
money. Yeah.
Guam doesn't want to shell out anything. The fucking cheapskate.
I told him he needs to.
Nah, he doesn't actually need to. I do this shit for free.
It'd be pretty cool though. Get like a couple bucks.
Yeah, I mean, sure. And then if I make enough money, I can claim it on my taxes, which we were talking about earlier is anti. But if I can claim it on my taxes, I can then buy computer parts and then put that on my taxes as well and get a better tax return. Because
wrong.
my computer parts would be towards my, part-time job.
Oh crap! I should have done that for OpenAI when I bought my new computer. Where are you?
Wait, you didn't do that? What?
No, I did not do that.
Well, you do have to claim that you do have a part-time job, but apparently you just didn't claim the income at all.
Nope,
So
didn't claim it.
Yeah, you have to essentially say this is your second time job and report all of your income from it. But yeah, then you can be like, yo, I bought this new monitor, it's for my job, and then get a bigger tax return because of that.
Yeah, they give me an extra $500 for being married.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying, like, I just need to find someone to get married to just for the tax benefit. Like,
It's pretty nice.
yeah. I mean, love is fake, you know, Bulljacks.
Love his dogs, killer karate.
It's true. You can't actually love another human being, only animals.
Is that how that works?
Yeah. It's very... Because the thing is, an animal can't... Well, don't worry about that. That's just purely reproductive. Like, that's just anatomical. It's just necessary to keep the human race
inform my wife
alive.
that, okay?
It's like, it's just so you can keep the human race going, as this is just a dead controlment thing.
What if I told you I'm child free?
And then, yeah, I don't know, dude. You only married for the tax benefit, then, is what that
Just for the taxes. I'm gonna tell her that in the morning. I'll let you know how it goes.
Maybe not.
Maybe I'll be sleeping on the couch.
But if your couch is really comfy, then it's like, ooh.
It is, and the dogs will sleep there too.
Oh.
Oh!
Sleep with the dogs, and I think Spaghetti Jesus. That sounds like Sleep with the Fishes, honestly, from like some sort of mafia. But Spaghetti Jesus just getting annihilated. He's supposed to be tanky, Bulljacks. He just
died.
gets
He's like a big
deleted.
creep. It wasn't even there.
It was Laguna Blade 2, I believe, yeah. Just got annihilated, and they're gonna look to push high ground without a Jakiro. No, I don't think they can into a Tinker. This is a really difficult high ground push into a Tinker. It's like, again, theft, taxes, Tinker makes it difficult to push high ground. That's kind of a mouthful, but...
I actually don't know how this Dire team's gonna ever push high ground at all.
You gotta kill Tinker. That's the only solution.
Gotta kill him twice. He's gonna have buyback. I don't know how you're gonna do that. So here's the strat, okay? You're gonna have to kill him outside his base, alright? The Disruptor is gonna smoke, blink into the fountain, glimpse him back right when he buys back, and then you kill him again.
Okay.
That's how you do it.
Seems like a lot to try and do, but...
I think this Tinker is a problem at this point in the game. I don't know how you deal with it. Oh, Dire has Spell Prism on this puck now. That is a really good option on that. So you can basically almost permanently be in phase shift now. Especially if he gets Octarine Core as well.
Oh, mid lane half is jumping onto Epi. It doesn't quite have vision though, as I think that was a sentry, but MxGuire! The double hit, I think that was right click as well as the phase shift. No, he didn't go for the rapid fire, dude. He went for the Waning Rift AoE.
I'm gonna flame him. I'm flaming him. So he went to damage, he went phase attack, and then he had cooldown, which is fine, and then he went Waning Rift AoE, which is not fine.
He's gotta wait 5 more levels for the rapid fire. I mean, that feels like that would just give you so much more damage for this build.
You destroy the Lone Druid with it.
Yeah. Now we need
I don't
a
understand
BKB
either.
for that Tinker though. No BKBs for the cores yet. Okay. Well, there is a BKB on half now. I did just pick that one up. Looking for an Abyssal, I believe. We're still in this game somehow. I thought it was going to be over very soon, as it again looked very one-sided early on.
The Radiant side is doing a really good job of holding on and just kind of pushing lanes out again. So the Radiant was ahead. Somehow the Dire brought it back, and now somehow the Radiant's ahead again.
Yeah, I mean, it's only by 2k. We're basically even. I think it's just slowly when you have a Tinker, you're going to be gaining on the network side. Like, just because he's all the way around the map. Is blinking forward in the trees. They want to get vision on top of this Tinker, which they do. Blinking in his MxGuire, gets the silence, gets the coil, looking for the Doom on top of the Lone Druid, keeping him locked down. They will get a trade for the Disruptor at the moment, but eventually they bring down these 2 cores. Buyback from Tinker, who does have a lot to throw into this fight. Still, MxGuire getting away with an orb. There, the Winning Rift pays off. The Sheep back onto Lina, so it will be a 3 for 2, but that's a buyback from Tinker used. And I think half is staying a little bit too long. Looking for Tinker now. He's got his BKB on cooldown. He needs to just GTFO. Look for a TP, but does he have anything to blink to? He does have MxGuire on the backside. Still looking for some more. Half is still here as well. They want to continue to commit. It feels like they should have left a long time ago, but half is now going to drop. Buybacks being spent on the Lina as well. MxGuire backs off. And it's only the Tinker buyback coming out from Radiant, I believe. And 2 coming out from Dire.
That was nuts.
Interesting fight. A little strange. I did not expect Half to commit that much. It seems like he just walks away with his BKB there, but he kind of stuck around, looked for the Tinker, but without Abyssal, I don't think that kill is possible for him.
I agree.
At least not with some help. And Roche is back up, but you don't have a lone druid for a little bit. Does have a bear summon. They will just walk into it anyway. Tinker's doing a decent amount of damage with just the March. And I think Half might know he's drawing around it. It's something to pay attention to. But this is literally a Centaur soloing Roche at the moment, for the most part.
What does the Centaur have? He kind of for me?
Abyssal, Lotus Orb.
What? Abyssal?
Yeah.
Is that normal?
No.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know what else to say. Like, no, it's not.
It's fine. That's all you gotta say.
I don't know. I mean, it's working out. It allows them to take Roche like this. He is getting pretty low. Backside, though, they've actually used the Static Storm on the Jakiro. Can they get this kill? The Force Staff to the low ground. They don't want to commit too hard, but the sendback is there, so they don't have to.
A little overkill on the Laguna Bait.
And whatever. Laguna's a small cooldown. It's only 40 seconds.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. I thought it was a lot longer.
Yeah, no, 50 seconds at level 3. I mean, it only scales by 10 seconds every single level, but even 70 seconds is like, eh. Throw it out. Nice pure damage.
Sorry, excuse me.
6k lead at the moment because of that Roche take. As it was getting, like, they got up to a 10k gold lead, then it goes back the other way. Still not a very big lead for MxGuire's team in this game too. It's mostly been Radiant leading the entire time, but look at TShear looking a little bit too far out. They're just gonna blow him up immediately. He's able to pop a cheese so that he doesn't die, and now they've committed a bit too much, getting the tree out on top of them. Half needs to just pop BKB and GTFO once again. And with the stun coming out from the rockets too, they're just pushing them back. Cheese used on the lone druid. Guam?
50-50.
I mean, I guess he thought they were fighting there, so he needed to go on the Tinker, and is realizing that he had cheese. They all just back. Can't stop him from
Flicker on this lone druid as well, so really good for him.
Yeah. I mean, really good. How much percentage of the time? Because it is random. Like, I guess it's going to be outside the silence no matter what.
It's all about the dispel. You dispel the puck silence is what it's going to be useful for, and then you pop ulti.
Well, yeah, I'm saying it probably gets you outside of the Ricky silence as well. On
Oh yeah, definitely. Hopefully,
unless he like places it on one end and then the flicker just sends him further back into it. Like, who knows? I think it can get you outside of the disruptor ult too if he doesn't have eggs on disruptor. No, he does not. TShear is able to hit the tower, and it's gotten to the point where Guam, like, I'm pretty sure you doom the Tinker, but honestly, like, it seems like Lone Druid might be a better target for that.
Doesn't matter anymore. Look what the Lone Druid player actually is.
Yeah.
Then his
all
base.
the way back in.
Have eggs.
Oh, he's actually picked up eggs. Okay.
Yeah. So this bear.
Now I don't even need to worry, although the bear might just be dead right now. But I think he has a resummon. Yeah. He's able to TP this back in. Bear is back with him. But now they might be able to jump in and look for a fight. They do pop a Centaur all just to get out. They know the bear is nowhere near here.
That was good disengage from the Radiant side there.
Yeah.
Good chip damage as well.
It's kind of an awkward timing.
You can say that.
Well, I'm just in awkward timing, like,
yeah,
where
the bear dying and
after the bear
out.
dies, you kind of just need to leave because Dire knows they have an advantage then. Without Lone Druid being there, without the bear. Bear does not have bots, I don't think, does it? Yeah, dude, he's literally just
AFK in the base.
Oh my god, you don't even need the micro anymore. Like,
This is actually not okay. This is not what you do.
I mean, I guess you never die. Like,
But you can. What are his talents right now? Are there any talents he's missing that are really that important? So the 20 talent he took is wrong. You always take the minus true form. I don't know.
but if he's gonna sit in fountain, why would you want that?
It wasn't at the time.
True. But now that he's gotten to this point, like, he's just gonna
It's
sit in his
better.
space.
Yes, correct. I guess it's not that bad.
It's almost like you need to just gank this bear. Like, because they might be able to do that right now. They know there's not a lot of heroes over here.
They should just coil the bear every time.
Oh,
they see
yeah.
it.
Actually, right now, Half actually going to play it safe and not go on it. Bottom lane, they might look for the Tinker. Yes, they get him with the coil, turning it around, but they got the stun from the Lina. Out comes the Laguna Blade as well. MxGuire getting a little low, but he's able to pop his own BKB. They've lost the Aegis, and they might be able to kill him a second time. Stun missing, but there's the silence. There's the Static Storm. Tinker gone. And now is your opening to push high ground, I think. But again, they have so much rat with the bear now. Like, he could just run to the lanes that they're not pushing. He's still just sitting in the fountain. Like, we're not even in the fountain. He literally left the fountain. He's just standing in his own base at the moment. But now the bear may be killing Space Marine instead, losing all of its mana as Half trying to focus it down. Needs to get a couple of bashes here, get lucky with that, but it's not really happening too far. Trying to fight back into him. Half getting stunned up, Half getting rooted. Can you send back the bear? I don't think so.
That's a good question. I should know this. I don't know.
Oh my god. This
I
is
should
so
know that.
stupid. Lone Druid
Honestly,
Eggs is just
oh.
like, oh my god. I'm pretty sure when it came out, I had a couple of friends that just rushed Lone Druid Eggs and then just sat in fountain. Like,
Really detrimental, actually, because you have no progression of XP at all.
yeah. It's interesting, and he's actually pushing a lane that's very far
Tinker
pushed
has no
right now. Tinker
buyback.
does not have a buyback. They will just jump into the base, try and find more. Buyback spent on the tree, but now you can focus down the Centaur, who's getting annihilated. Again, he's supposed to be tanky. Maybe you can lose MxGuire here, trying to focus down the bear. MxGuire somehow lives, able to pop the Yules. The bear drops, and there's no bear summon for another 80 seconds. Buyback is up on Tinker, though, which might just be game-saving, the fact that he gets buyback right now.
They need to. I think you should buy back and save this tower.
Doesn't feel like you want to give this one away for free. MxGuire has gone all the way back to base, trying his damn best to get back into the barracks. Yeah, Tinker not going to buy back. You're down to 20 seconds now. And he's just accepting that they're going to lose the racks here. But I think you look for even more if you are dire, because you know that bear is down. Kind of play aggressive when the Tinker shows. That's about it. You'd still have a Doom on Guam. Static Storm's up in 17 seconds, but they are pretty low on the two supports. You got to be careful how much rockets you're going to tank right now. Dur especially needs to be careful. Just sitting in the trees. Who's going to focus this? It should just be MxGuire, and again with that multi-hit out of the phase shift, like a lot of damage into the racks. Half maybe looking for something. Still just playing it safe. Epi maybe looking for the ult. It's still down for 20 seconds. Guam just blinking forward, not able to find a target though. They know he's in the trees. 2 racks down. But honestly, it doesn't feel like that anybody's really ahead at the moment, even though it says 9k gold lead for Dire.
Yes. It's anybody's game still. Like, it's all.
Yeah,
Man.
Bear back up too. Honestly, it's gotten to the point where you gotta kill the bear twice. And it's up to Half to do a lot of that damage. MxGuire starting to pump it out too, looking for a Daedalus.
Almost 30 as well in this puck, so he's gonna get that foil talent as well.
Yeah, which he arguably should have gotten already.
I agree.
Like,
I'm also not a mid player though, so maybe we're wrong.
maybe we're wrong. Oh, they're gonna try and find Mad Dog. Guam sees him with the Shivas, but doesn't walk over into the trees. So we will be able to get away. That was almost a really bad moment there for the Tinker, but he does have a buyback. At least I think he has a buyback. I might just switch to buybacks, honestly. No, MxGuire blinking in, hits the coil onto 1. I don't think they'll really commit too much more. Now the bear in with the Abyssal. MxGuire is just gone. He does have a buyback down for 100 seconds. The Static Storm coming out to make a little bit of space, but I think you're going to lose another one down on the Doom. Getting sheeped up, and Guam is gone.
They just showed us why they have 2 abyssals. Actually, that was so good.
Yeah.
That was epic.
MxGuire is just... There's nothing he can really do about that either. Other than,
No,
build...
there's nothing.
There's like a
Lincoln's
couple
here.
of defensive items, but like, you don't really want to get
Amethyst?
that. Oh my goodness. Lotus Orb really does not help you too much right there. Free kill
Yeah,
there
at this
for half.
point, any support is just food for this Ricky. This is
Up
gonna be a
to
lot. Is
53
this the best of
minutes,
3
how much?
or is this the best of 2?
Best of 2.
Oh, thank God.
It's regular season, so yeah. Dude,
Oh.
if this is a BO3, oh my god.
I'm already tired, dude.
I mean, it's such a close series, so I want to watch more Dota, but like, it's getting late.
I was already going to my way to bed before you pinged me.
Oh, shoot. True.
Solo casting sucks. I hate solo casting.
Yeah, I mean, I can do it, but yeah, it's kind of just
It's
lame
not fun.
talking to yourself after a while.
Yeah, you don't want to have fun with? Yeah, no, man. Selena has Yules now and Ags. She ults for a truck. Going for a sheep stick as well.
Wait, what is this? 900 damage.
Pure damage as well. It changes it.
No.
So his spell amp does buff it.
Oh, true.
I actually don't understand, honestly. It's so weird how it works.
Well, there's Magic Amp and there's Spell Amp, I'm guessing, and that's like the big difference
Correct.
there.
Yes. I don't know.
I don't know if there's still 2 or not, because they keep trying to do these things where like, oh, we're gonna get rid of spell immunity, or we're gonna change how BKB works and the definition of it, and it's like, okay. Yeah, spell immunity, which is 100% spell resistance or something. I don't know. They make the wording very confusing.
They should add shrines back in the game. I'm not gonna lie.
Get rid of outposts, give us shrines, is my
Yeah,
idea.
I'm fine with that. No,
Let
I
us-
don't care about this XP crap. Just give me some shrines. Let us battle it out in the lanes.
Yeah, I do like that a little bit more. This whole having to ferry out regen constantly is kind of getting old, I think.
How many salves I have to buy?
Space
cheaper
Breed
in
is
the
going to
lane?
get the initiation here. Instantly goes down because of the Abyssal from the Bear. They're going to get another on the backside, so it's just 1 for 1. The supports at the moment. Out comes the Laguna Blade ult onto 1. It's just the Luna, or the Lina. They bring down the Tinker, though. He's actually just dead. I missed that one entirely. Half on the backside, bringing him down. They will look for the Bear. Lina still trying to get away from this. The Meteor Hammer just missed. Dur just trying to escape. Meanwhile, back and around the tier 2. Half needs to pop the BKB as well as get a blink out target here. Guam sticking around for this. Top lane, Dur still trying to escape from a tree. We do have the buyback from the Tinker popped as well. They cannot get vision on Half, but they will get vision on Guam, who has to pop his BKB himself.
TP.
Look for something. No, he's not TPing. He's gonna go a bit late, and I think it's enough. No, the Abyssal is there from Spaghetti. Jesus pierces that BKB, and down goes Guam. I think that was gonna be in range no matter what, but look at your tier 4s all the way in the base. They're not pushing this. They are able to heal this though, so it's not too big of a deal, but all the buildings outside the towers is kind of a big deal as well, because the creeps are gonna start hitting your towers a lot sooner than...
Yo, having distillery buildings. Yes.
Yeah.
Middle tower is under attack.
What are they called? What are they called? Buildings called? That is called buildings. Sorry, lame.
Dude.
Lame.
Yeah, they're just called buildings. They used to be shrines. That was a weird update when you literally couldn't push high ground because there were so many shrines high ground.
Shrines, dude. It was awesome. You just pick Medusa every game.
Literally can't push.
You know the new 5 here I've been playing a lot? It's Clockwork. I've been playing a lot of 5 Clockwork.
I can see that working. I think that's been viable. Clockwork's just in a really good spot right now. And it's just been buffs patch after patch. This is eggs, cheese, and Aegis on the Roche.
Who gets Ags here? It's Centaur, I guess, right?
Probably Centaur. Everybody else already has the eggs. I mean, Jakiro eggs is pretty nice too, but... Okay. That does not seem like that was the right idea.
Who else did you give it? I mean, I guess you have to give it to Tinker. Tinker's on buyback right now. A little bit of miscommunication out from T-Series team.
He just dropped the Acer lens, I think, but...
I think there's a little bit of miscommunication. I think he was TPing back in for it.
Seemed like it, but yeah, a little bit unfortunate there, but at least you get the, I believe that's out to Centaur. Yes, it is.
So that's really good for them. If this Tinker ever gets gone on and they pop ulti, this Tinker might be able to live.
Damage res is... And wait, does it still give damage resistance?
Yeah, I believe it's the only thing.
Yep, reduced damage.
Oh, then free pathing too. Yeah.
Yep.
Because these 60% damage reduction. 40%. Alright, they got nerfed it a little bit. It used to be 60.
It was pretty strong at 60%.
Broken, if you will.
Especially with the amount of ways to get Aegis late game now. Bear running in does have the Abyssal Blade, and that is a dead Disruptor. This is a farmed bear. Dude, god damn it. I keep noticing this, like
why is this person not? Is this person AFK?
he's level 27. He's level 27. He's working on it.
I think he gets XP when he gets kills, so he still gets XP on kills, I guess.
MxGuire about to hit that level 30. Guam, this might be the 50-50 again. Although they might just get a kill from it instead. Down goes the Jakiro. They will get the ult out from the tree. Tinker left this, and now they'll try and find the tree, but they don't have vision. No rev at all. And even though they're clipping a lot of this, the gems on the deck, they walk right past it.
Epic. That was awesome. Go Epi.
Oh my god.
I can't
Dude, they
believe
get that
it,
60-minute items coming up very soon. The bear just trying to end the game right now. You do pop a BKB on the bear. Yeah, that's actually just BKB on the bear. Down to 8 seconds. And they might continue to chase this. Oh, I'm actually missing the camera. And I don't know if they can kill this. You probably have to use the coil. Yes, he does. And that is dead. Level 30 on Puck, by the way. Seems legit. Bear dead. I'm surprised he hasn't bought bots for the bear. I feel like you need to get bots for the bear. But still playing patient with that. Instead, he's going... Wait, did he buy bots? He just lost a lot of gold. He was at 10k. This network really doesn't matter. MxGuire is somehow on top.
Let's go back status. I think it's the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
So right now, tier 5 items are coming out because it's 60 minutes in the game. So I saw a Stygian. Trident for the Radiant side is probably the worst items. There's Ballista.
That's pretty good.
Oh my.
On
Stygian. Oh, the Puck should take Stygian, not Ballista.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's 75 damage, and it stacks with your Deso as well.
Yeah, now he's taking it.
Yeah, he must hear me in his ear. This
Pirate
Puck is
Hat on the
terrifying
Ricky.
now.
Yeah. Ballista on Lena feels pretty good too, honestly. We'll see if they got anything.
If she
more.
was a hero, I think I would agree with you, but I don't think she's
Who
really a
Trident
hero.
for this team though? It's actually really unfortunate they got Trident.
It's the worst. Trident's actually the worst tier 5 item. I'm convinced.
Probably one of the worst neutral items in the game, honestly.
Yeah, because you have to waste 1,100 or how much gold is it? 6,600 gold just to get it. And you have to waste one of your valuable slots. I don't know.
Oh,
Coil?
that's on the bear. I heard it too, and I was like, oh god, where is this? Like, there's no heroes around here. Lone Druid's finally leaving the base, by the way. That bear just gets melted.
I don't know how this Radiant side leaves. They're gonna have to bait the Dire team into a bad fight. Dire has all 5 buybacks though.
Dude, and what's even like weirder, they're playing for a decent amount of money too. Like, wait, this is 6 armor and then plus the 10, so 16 armor.
Yep. That's insane. I'm pretty sure the Spear Bear only has like 30 armor. Maybe even less.
Let me go do it. He just summoned it. It's
38. Alright.
Yeah. So he's still gonna chunk it though. Like, Aga's gone, by the way. I mean, it was on a weird hero, so really not too big of a deal, but I might try and commit for this. The bear just clearing out creeps in the meantime.
They can't kill it unless they have the Puck. The Puck needs Dream Foiled Bear every time.
Yeah, that's the safest way to commit for it. And he actually does go A on disc on MxGuire, which I feel like is the right decision.
Is it? You think? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Dude,
Actually,
it's
never
just
mind.
because like otherwise he's just gonna get blown up every single fight. If he gets Abyssal,
X'd once or Abyssal once, he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
anyone
You're
of
right.
those. Eggs is up on Guam as well. Obviously, just giving. Wait, what is Eggs on Doom?
It refreshes do. Oh no, it's E now. It's stun on E, and it's double the duration. Then it applies a break. So Centaur won't be chunking back, but the break's kind of irrelevant right now. But the stun is pretty good.
Yeah, that's legit. Half should be. No, they're jumping in, trying to find the disruptor instead, but the right click not really there from Centaur. Stuns over onto Half. Can they bring him down? No, they can't. TShear trying to find a target with the bear, gonna get stunned up by Half. They just want to focus down the bear. Abyssal back onto Half through the BKB. Stun coming up from the Lina, as well as a static storm out. Spaghetti Jesus blinking forward, hits the stun onto Dur. Finally, MxGuire is here rotating around. Down goes the tree. The bear still alive and healthy though. Half does have to back off the blink away from MxGuire. It's a 1-for-1. Both supports down for 120 seconds, and this game is still nowhere near being over. Guam's going to make the similar Guam play we've seen happen like 100 times this game, I think.
50-50.
No, they get the kill on the bear instead. He does not know. He just popped the summon, so he's fine. That bear is back up, but maybe you just lose the Centaur, which is still losing a lot more. And blinking forward is Half, trying to find a little bit. MxGuire is going to get hexed up continuously, but no, the Aeon Disc gets popped, and now they can chase. They get the Doom on top of the Tinker. Does MxGuire have the damage? He doesn't have the coil for 7 more seconds. MxGuire has gone a bit too far. Gets stunned up by the Abyssal. A lot of buybacks used there.
That's an epic buyback from Spaghetti Jesus there, instantly saving
Into
his
Abyssal.
Tinker.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's epic.
MxGuire just going a little bit too far to try and get a kill on the Tinker, I think.
Forcing it way too hard.
Really kind of just baited himself.
I can't believe this game is still going on, dude. This is insane.
65 minutes. Nobody really has like a great late game lineup though. It's kind of just, though it's a lone druid. This is like one of your classic techies games that's just gonna go forever.
They buy back on the Ricky. I don't know why. It's kind of weird.
Oh my god. He's up to 10k gold again, by the way.
He should be buying Moonshard for Centaur and then himself.
He needs to get bots for this bear. I swear to God. If
Yeah,
he
bots
wants
too.
to
Yeah,
fully embrace the rat, like you got to get bots on this bear.
The only reason you don't want bots too is it doesn't give. I don't believe it gives free pathing through creeps.
No.
I don't believe. So that could trip him up really badly.
Tier 4s could fall. This is a very heavy hitting bear as he's able to pop BKB. Half doesn't want to use Abyssal on it either. We could be getting closer and closer to this game ending, Bulljacks.
This is
They do
epic.
get the stun up. The bear needs to get committed on. It does go down, and again, it doesn't have bots, so he can't get back into it. They might get the kill on Disruptor. No, they don't. The trio is coming a bit late. He's still surviving, but might eventually drop. Down goes Disruptor. Has to use the buyback.
Get out, Radiant. Run away.
Yeah, they need to get out right now. They don't have the bear
Send
for a lot
Spaghetti Jesus, he
longer.
has
Spaghetti
no buyback.
Jesus goes for the TP. There's the sendback. You gotta expect one of those. It's really hard to get away from a Disruptor. Puck looking for more, is able to cancel out that TP, and down goes Centaur. That's a dieback.
Oh, Dyer has a chance.
They has a chance, but like, they has a chance. They have a chance.
This
But,
punch
like-
crit for 900 damage. Oh my lord.
Yeah. 852, 800. Yeah, like all of those hits have a chance to crit. So, like,
Oh my.
of course. If only they all had like the same chance, so if one of them crit, they all did. That would be so stupid. Buyback on Jakiro. You still have about 100 seconds, just a little bit less without the Centaur. They know he doesn't have buyback either. Rockets are flying out at Guam, but I mean, how do you want to play this? It feels like you kind of got to focus down the bear. You still have the launcher just sitting in the fountain at the moment.
Lone Druid should buy a refresher, is what he should buy. So that way he can resummon a bear if he has to.
Yeah, you can get 3 lives then. I mean, he's still got 12,000 gold at the moment. Kind of just, there's a lot of different things he could go for, it feels like. There's a lot of damage on Angelina, the 4 staff away. Yeah, I mean, like we said earlier, they just can't push into the Tinker. They need to just like jump in head first and try and make something happen, but it's so difficult.
They have to like smoke as a 5-man unit and run into
Roche
them
is
at
up in
once.
10 seconds.
Roach
And
does have
this is a
a
great timing
refresher.
for Dire. Yes, it does. They will now focus down the bear, but the Blinken tree alt is locking down half for now, or at least catching MxGuire. Down goes the bear once. He's able to summon that one back, at least very soon, but they lose the Tinker. They found him on the backside, and now they're trying to look for more. They find the Lone Druid. He's left the fountain at least once. Of course he has buyback because he has 10,000 gold. A ridiculous amount, but they will lose Epi as well, and I believe that is a dieback. Centaur coming back very soon. MxGuire knows he needs to look for more. MxGuire has a buyback, so he can be a little bit more aggressive here. Does not have one on the Ricky either.
They kill this bear and scheme's over.
Yeah, it really feels like it. And we'll see how much they want to commit for, though. They don't have, or they do have the BKB on half, but you got to be careful how they use these Abyssals. Abyssal over into half. It's doing a lot of damage. Can they keep him alive? Yes, they do. With the BKB on top. Guam going to be the main target for now, blinking out his half. No, he actually jumps back in. Down goes the Ricky. That's the dieback for the Ricky. And now they will find the Disruptor as well, who also spent the dieback. Dur gone as well, and oh no. They
I'd like
need
to
save
change
this
my
right now.
MVP to this is a Jakiro control player. Is that allowed?
Huh?
I think this Jakiro player is MVP of this game. This
I
Jakiro
can see that
is
the ice paths have been kind of insane.
insane, actually. Yeah, every time I see 2 3-man ice paths, it's so good. The 4 staffs as well, and that Lotus Orb, that was his or her Lotus Orb that made the Ricky kill himself.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought half would just get back. It seemed like he was playing really risky, especially without a buyback. He's down for 80 more seconds. MxGuire does have his, but he's going to be really careful. There's just a gem sitting on the ground. Is MxGuire just dead? That cast range on the sheep. Oh my goodness.
Oh my lord, it's like it's a whole screen. Oh, DD on the bear as well. Oh no, I think Brady won this. I think Brady might just won this game. All right, so Brady needs to
spend all
get
your
middle right now.
buybacks.
Oh, Tinker, chill. Tinker, no. No. Okay. I still think he can go high ground.
Bottom. Yeah.
Just pop BKB and just run at this.
Oh my god. It doesn't pop BKB. You have a Fortify as well, but at least the Fortify is gone. So they can continue to push after that. 40 seconds until half is back up. 40 seconds is all they need, but I don't think they'll have it. Down goes the last tier 4. Finally, the bear can focus the Ancient. There's no Fortify. The Ancient just falling. They can't stop this. They can't stop this. Guam looking for the stone. The Ice Path again to keep the bear alive, but I think it's just over. They can't stop them from hitting the fountain. It's just going to drop. GG called by MxGuire before it dies.
Wow.
But finally, they've done it. The bear, the Lone Druid, breaks through.
What a fucking game, actually. That was insane. That was a great game to watch. I love to see long games like that. Great plays off from the Radiant. Go on with the 50-50s as well. Our very own head
How much
admin, you know.
deaths did he have? 9 and 13? That's not too bad.
Nah,
Honestly,
that's
for
not
an
bad.
hour and 10-minute game, not a lot of people died. There's only 45 kills in an hour and 10-minute game for the winning team. Like, less than
I was
100.
entertained too. I don't know. I was pretty entertained the whole time too. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
2 and 14 on Space Marine. That's just a hard game to play support, though. Like you said, your food. I don't know how Dur only died 4 times. That's like the most impressive thing from this game.
That's extremely impressive. I thought you were food.
Like, the lowest amount of deaths in an hour and 10-minute game is on a support Leah. Like, that's kind of ridiculous. You had less deaths than the Lone Druid that just sat in Fountain for like 20 minutes. Or like 30 minutes, basically.
Oh man.
Alright,
All right.
well, that's it.
Yep.
BO2s for the win when we go super late like this. Bulljax, thank you
Okay.
for delaying your bedtime and joining me. It's been great. It's
Anytime,
been
sir.
real.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Peace out.
I'll see you, man.
I need to sleep.